Um, okay, interesting. Simon, you are our repeat character
Offender.
so far. A repeat offender. Yeah, yeah. Um, do you want to offer any recap of the last session?
Um, yeah, let me think. What did we do last session?
Okay,
So a
so
lot of it was
hold on. While you're thinking, I'm going to interrupt you already. While you're thinking of your recap, Gigi and Alistair, we sort of struggled, like thinking of like what your characters were up to uh, for your absences. And Gigi, I think we settled that you were off exploring like the depths of the Hermes, or
Hmm.
maybe out even in
Unsupervised.
yeah, you were out unsupervised. And Rick was fretting about it, by the way. I want to point that.
Good.
Alistar, we decided that I mean, because I'm assuming Alistar has sort of a sordid history. He was part of a colony that didn't make it. So something that he experienced so far has left him needing to be alone for a while.
right. Yeah, I think it came up when he was getting the job, actually,
Yeah.
like right at the beginning. Um, and I think it was the company contact had like was privy to some of those files or some dossier of like the colony's history and even Alistair's role in what went down. We didn't completely spell that out yet, but I would imagine at this point, like having connected the dots now that the heliostat is basically another example of that. It's been pretty upsetting.
Okay. So where was Alistar hiding?
Yeah, I mean, maybe at this point, like we were considering trying to make a break for like the control station. We wound up going into medical. Um, there were a number of things we brought back with us. I think like salvaged some junk. So probably he's like kind of compulsively cleaning his shotgun or whatever gun he took home with him. I think we traded in the last exchange,
Yeah.
making like go bags for the team and I don't know. Was there drama aboard the Hermes? Is what I'm hearing.
A little bit. A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Uh Switched over to Gigi. Where were you hiding?
Well, I mean, if you said she was running off on her own, then she was, yeah, like probably exploring all over the place, trying to find snacks, seeing what kind of mischief she could get into, what she could find.
Okay.
So
Um
I'm not terribly familiar with the map since last time, but you could use some DM fiat here and kind of place her where she might have ended up and what she might know at this point.
well, our session's picking back up at the Hermes, and I would assume anywhere um take a look. Any of these hangar bays. So these
Oh, we
four
lost Pete
bays,
again.
yeah, technology.
Might be a theme.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So these four tiles just sort of overlap with these hangar bays. There's like four like bays for larger ships to come and park in. Above the hangar bays is the security ops, which I think you guys will remember is that kind of like security checkpoint and offices that have been, I described them as ransacked and kind of scene of a really bloody encounter. And below Bay 3 is the emergency medical station where presumably if there's like an accident down on LV 908 or mining accident, bring them up here to emergency medical, right? And that's where you guys encountered Doctor, the name, Doctor
Julia? Or is that a
uh,
different one?
Sam Collins, Doctor Collins.
Oh,
Remember the emergency medical airlocks were guarded by sentry turrets that were shooting at anyone. and you helped him get through.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
He didn't
then
make it.
on the way back, yeah, with a crate full of medical supplies and expressing his gratitude to you guys for helping. He died to the turrets on the way out.
Rip.
Rip.
But then the turrets did not fire at you guys on the way.
It's weird.
Oh yeah, and some something else I think was like yeah
That's AI.
yeah can't trust it. Yeah, I'm really thinking like Alistair's like wondering like okay, the turret didn't do that to those people in the main med bay. Probably some kind of like haywire android or something. Like,
Okay. So could we retcon Alistar and say maybe you spend your time away, like last session, you were actually back to emergency medical and investigating what happened?
yeah, I could definitely put my background to use there.
Okay. Let's look for a dice roll that might summarize, and you should get like redo all your stress and whatnot. Get
Okay.
rid of it. What skill are we looking at for investigating a dead? Hope it's not a loaded question.
No.
Observation.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one.
Yeah. Yeah. What's observation? Although the book does describe, I really struggle with observation because the book kind of describes it as like noticing if something's following you or something like that. But I think
Okay, I know I have more d6s. I just have to get them out of the right pouch. The crazy thing now is my character sheet's loaded all. Actually, I can kind of read it, but it's definitely not what it's supposed to look like right now. Let's try that again. Too many windows open.
I know I got a new monitor and I'm kind of struggling with setup right.
Great. Okay, here we go. Yeah, observation, I've got a 3 and then 5 for my wits, so that's going to be 8 die. And here goes. Looking for 1s and 6s, am I right?
Just 6s. You only look for 1s on the stress dice, but you shouldn't have any stress right now.
Nope. Okay. So 2 successes.
Okay, I will answer 2 questions about Doc Collins and the med bay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a body crammed in a like a bulkhead or something, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm looking at that, and I guess first question would be, how did he die? Right? Looks like it was messy. Second question.
Let me answer before you ask your second question.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I recall you guys had explored like the medical ward and had like pulled a body out of like a hidden cubby. And on first glimpse, the way he died was pretty obvious because his entire chest cavity was like open, right? But on a thorough investigation, you realize it was sort of a hack surgery performed on the body. If you wouldn't know better, you would say someone had carved open this guy's chest, like maybe like a boarding axe or something like fire axe, and everything that's in his chest cavity has been like straight up like, just torn, like crudely torn out. So his chest was broken into, and then organs removed. In addition, uh, in carved into the like smeared into the bulkhead where his body was found, like in the wall, in blood, the word unworthy.
Incredible. All right. So yeah, based on um, yeah, I think Alistair is going to try to investigate. Yeah, like if there's, I think we already kind of looked for if there was stuff like of use, but like if there's any other like pieces of like data or records or history scattered around this room. I think we like ascertained that there was like tension around like two factions in the station, and one wanted to leave. The others were kind of controlling who had access to ships or pods or something. And then there was a bloodbath. Maybe if I could find out like more about the timeline, like did this killing or whatever, did this happen more recently, or was that
Yeah. Timeline wise, this guy died after there was like this schism in the people. So presumably, this guy would have been one of the crew who stayed behind, while others left for LV 908.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's great. So that means, yeah, obviously the danger is not past, and they're getting into it, right?
Yeah, they're getting
there's a
every.
hierarchy at play.
Yeah.
Those with the boarding axes and those who are unworthy.
Yep. And then when you have investigated Doc Collins as well, because that's how this. Um, he did not have an IFF tag on him, his ID badge, the thing that would stop the gun from shooting him.
Yes. Okay. That's why he died. And do we have those? I
You
think.
do it, yeah. In fact, I
Okay.
believe if you guys are all walking around with spoofed copies of his
That's right.
badge,
Okay.
yeah, but is gone.
Okay. Gonna keep that near and dear.
Okay. So that's what you were up to while everyone else was gallivanting around last. Let's switch over to Gigi. Where do we
Mhm.
find Gigi?
Well, I think if she witnessed that guy getting gunned down, then maybe she would have been on, uh, I don't know if that we still have a ship or like somewhere where she could like kind of chill
Okay.
and hang out.
She's coping poorly in like the underbelly of the Hermes.
Yeah, so she probably might would have like retreated there and you know hung out there for a bit.
Okay. Doing anything in particular, or
Uh, Probably doing what kids do, being super curious, snooping around, seeing what's down there. Probably getting into things that Rick doesn't want her to. So that kind of thing.
okay? As you're investigating the oh, and Pete messaged us to say he's got problems. Um, you find you find out that the Hermes not only is it pretty like it's built for hauling stuff, cargo, but it also has uh, a lot of like hidden compartments inside.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the cynical might say that these are clear like smuggler stowage cubbies and stuff like that. So finding places to hide on the Hermes is actually not hard to do. GG. In fact, you find a little cubby that is replete with a supply of crude tools, things like pry
Okay.
bars, axes, maybe even some plasma torches, welders, and stuff like that. Um, that are not on any sort of manifest for the Hermes. And it's with
Interesting.
those like crates, kind of build like yourself like a little fort to hide away in. Spend a couple hours. I'm picturing like you've made off with like a lot of rations, and now there's like a lot of like snack wrappers, like a little like a
Yeah,
bird's nest of garbage. Until
like
you,
her A
maybe
teen's room.
yeah, until you build the courage to come out into light of day again.
Yeah. I mean, I think she would probably seek out, if of anybody out of the group, it would probably be Alistair,
Yeah.
right?
A couple things happen while you guys are on your own. Overhear the others, Rick and Spencer, arguing about repairing the ship. You hear them leave the Hermes, and while they're gone, you hear other people arrive, start like wailing on the Hermes, trying to get into it without success.
That's good.
Maybe Alistair, you see it like through like the airlock doors from medical into hangar bays.
Anybody I know?
No, they're all wearing heliostat like jumpsuits, but in worse state. To a number, they're all tattooed or marked by like strange, almost like tribal, like crude tattoos. Uh, a draconian circle seems to be like the symbol of choice for these guys. They'll have it like on the side of their face, or if someone like I picture like someone has like their flight suit is like zipped down off their torso and like tied around their waist. Like they'll have like this big draconian circle thing on their back, but they're all brutally unprofessional. Like the same kind of tattoos you'd see in a prison yard. Although I'll bet there's some really talented artists in a like I'm probably making some.
Well,
Like, so
yeah,
you
I
get what I'm
definitely
saying.
appreciate the artwork a little more if they weren't trying to bust the door down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think like Alistair's given up on trying to like shield Gigi from the like extremely difficult situation we're in. Um, but I don't know if we've gone quite this far as to like give you a weapon and like I don't know like. But
Yeah,
I guess
she
yeah.
has a
From
locator. She doesn't have a.
okay.
She keeps asking for a
What do you see on
gun.
the locator? How many are out there? Can we do we see
I
their signatures?
Well, let me see. I think she's been blasting it pretty regularly.
A motion detector. You have
A personal locator, right? Oh, I think you guys also gave her a yeah motion detector as well. Um,
personnel locator.
that's what she came with, like a personal locator was one of her personal items.
I feel like the locator is like that proximity tracker that they used in Alien 2.
Yeah, so I think last time you guys had given her the proximity tracker, whatever it was called, a motion tracker. I think it was called
Yeah,
motion tracker. I'm trying. I don't. I think she may have used it up because I know they were like had like charges, right?
low battery.
Yeah,
We
and
could
I
assume
think it.
she recharged it on the Hermes. So let's have our opening scene then be um, Gigi, you with your motion tracker, you're noticing the six figures like their hips slowly moving away from the Hermes, out of the hangar bays and probably towards like the tritium holding
Mhm.
hallways, and then another pip coming closer, which you recognize as Alistair returning to the Hermes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the two of you maybe reuniting on the gangplank leading up to the Hermes. You know, after they leave and it lowers back down.
All right. Yeah. Did they say where they were going, Gigi, or are you just being left out of the loop like me?
Well, yeah, she was moping in the bow of the ship, so
Okay. Um,
she doesn't. She's just relieved that she doesn't run in. Is Rick? Is that the name of the character or the person? I'm already blanking on
His
the
character's name is Rick.
Rick. Gotcha. Yeah, she's trying to avoid him at all costs because he's always like in her business.
You know, using a motion tracker, that Rick and Spencer and Simon actually left for security ops.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So leaving us to hold down the fort.
they're still in security ops. Yeah, so they left for security ops. The Hermes locked up, and then these six figures came and tried to break into it without success. Have just left. Now the two of you are meeting just inside
Gotcha.
the
I think
squished remains of the Hermes.
I think Alistair, you may have given her a gun last time, right?
Yeah, I think it was we had like a standoff with the
With that other guy that
Balding
yeah,
we
the balding guy who was like clearly some kind of
hero.
an influence in whatever force is repainting the walls here. And yeah, can't wait to meet him again. But yeah, for the meantime, just making sure Gigi's okay, making sure the door still works, and if we can get a sense where they came from, that would be awesome. I think like if there's maybe a feed on the Hermes, we could like rewind. There's just like one main elevator, right?
When you say they, do you mean the bandits?
Assailants.
The assailants,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they came from Tritium Holding A,
A. Okay.
and that's the way they retreated back as well.
All right. I think from here, like we might need like a backup place to go. I don't know if that sounds good to you, um, but like I wouldn't want to be here if they're able to get into the ship. And now that they've seen it, they might come back with welding torches or something more serious.
Mhm.
So we could investigate. I don't know if you want to check out any of these other hangar bays or even Tritium B, like something to give us like a fallback plan.
I'm just a kid,
Yeah,
but we split the party, and that seems unwise given that we're under attack.
true. Yeah, maybe we should go and find the guys.
I learned that playing Gorgons and Gargans.
Terrible. Um, well,
Yeah, I mean,
they are currently in security ops. Gigi, you know this because of your mobile tracker. You're able to see where everyone comes and goes with this thing. Which now
Yeah,
we're going to start tracking the power supply going forward.
yeah, yeah. What is it? D6 or D4? What
So
do you
the
want it to be?
power supply is at a 5 because the battery's fully charged, and every time you
Yeah.
use it, you're going to roll 5 dice, and on a 1, you lose that power
Ah,
supply.
that's right.
Yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like a usage die.
yeah. All right. So you want me to roll it since I blasted it?
No, but going forward, yes.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm up for catching up with them security ops if it doesn't present insurmountable narrative problems.
Nothing I can't handle.
Okay. Um,
Although
Definitely
I
safety in
will
numbers.
I will sort of montage it. If you guys don't mind, because now I think I'm recalling what happened at the end of last session.
Mhm.
So the two of you head through the hangar bays, which have already been sort of looked over by you guys at this point. No, there's really not much left. You get the impression that the hangar bays probably at some point did have resources to be taken, but by now the survivors of Heliostat have already picked it over. You're gonna have to dig a little deeper into Heliostat to find anything of that. But it's on your way to through Hangar Bay 1 to the elevator that separates the hangars with security ops that Rick and Spencer and Simon they're arriving on the elevator into Hangar Bay 1 as you two are approaching. So at this point the whole group is reunited.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, and Rick is only I could act out his character, but Gigi he is
Oh no.
simultaneously relieved to see you. Um,
You're not my dad.
right. on on behalf this your dad told me to watch over you, and I don't think I could suffer the demotion I'd get if something happened to you. So I'm glad to see you're okay, Gigi. I think that's Rick,
Yeah,
um
yeah.
and behind him Spencer is sneaking sips from a soda can that's not fooling anybody. And on the other side is Simon, who's I think true to character, really taking it in, and whose optimism is maybe a little off-putting given the situation you guys are in. But
Nice.
Rick says, "Well, let's go back to the Hermes and take stock of our situation," and leads now the full group back to into the ship. Um, uh, Spencer takes Gigi and says like, "Hey kid, let's run some diagnostics and get the idea is that Spencer's sort of like let's take the kid out of the situation, like shield Gigi from hearing the situation." Or Rick and Simon go off with Alistair to explain like what they now know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
her hearing's probably better than the old folks, so she can hear
Probably,
them.
yeah.
Mm.
Unsuccessfully trying to shield Gigi from what's going on. But Gigi, Spencer sits down with you at the bridge and runs yet another diagnostic on the Hermes, which is just like going through so much dot matrix printer paper that like it's also adding refresh paper supply at the bottom of like the to-do list that it's like spitting out. Like, by the way, you're also now out of printer paper because there's so many problems that the diagnostic is spitting. But mechanically, um, in this station, we'll find repair goods, quote unquote, things that can be used to consumables that can be used to repair the ship. And for every point of repair goods that we find, you guys can make a repair roll. And once we hit 10, the Hermes is liable. So on the
Sweet.
Hermes card on Owlbear, we're keeping track that it's at 1 out of 10 right now. Currently don't have any repair goods. This is
Okay.
what Spencer explains to you, Gigi. Alistair, Rick takes you down to the Hermes med bay with Simon. Um, says, Alistair, since you're our security detail, you should. And walks you around that like curved hallway where it's all like that weird white padding that these ships have, but for some reason some conduits and pipes are still like outside the padding, making it even more claustrophobic. And brings you around the curved corridor leading up to the med bay. And Rick stops just short of the floor to ceiling window that looks into the med bay. And he says, Alistair, from your personnel record, I know you've seen some things, but you still need to take a second and prepare yourself for what's over there.
I was just digging around in the guy's rib cage, so really, really hope
Yeah.
this isn't
Alistair's like,
much worse.
I
Than
still need like wet wipes. um. Okay. And then he takes maybe the like asking you to pause to compose yourself is more for him. But he takes you the next couple steps to the window and gestures against it. On the other side, Dr. Julia Reynolds, that would be the person you rescued from the Jeremiad. She's
Mhm.
dead
What?
at bay. Uh, she has wounds on her wrists.
Oh, wow.
ah,
Yeah, and the scalpel, she's like slumped against the back wall, and the scalpel is like rolled off of her lap.
damn.
And Rick says, Spencer and I, Simon, we found her in this condition. Um, that's the right word. We need to get. When we were up in security ops, we did some more digging around in the system, and we're able to unable to uncover some of the locations here on Heliostat. Out of character, that's represented by showing you some of the. Yep. Down in the foundry in engineering and tritium processing, there is another one of those tritium haulers docked with Heliostat, just like the Jeremiad. Spencer and I were talking about it, and we think it's more likely that we should retrofit that for distance travel rather than try to repair the Hermes. So I need to charge you with getting us organized to make it through Heliostat to get there.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean I'll trust their assessment of the ship, and I really hope your observations about this hauler are accurate. I mean, we could get there and find something very different. Not to mention getting there is going to be a pretty decent trip through this station. It's a lot further than we've been already. But yeah, it's a damn shame about Julia. I know she wanted off the ship or off the station.
Gigi's not there though, right?
No, Spencer has taken Gigi off to the side, and so she doesn't see this.
Gotcha.
And that's why Spencer is explaining how the Hermes could be repaired as like a fielding the.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I've got some go bags.
Good, you've been preparing. Good, then I don't have to ask you to do that. Good. That's a Rick thing to say, I think. Then, if you wouldn't mind, we'll finish preparing the Hermes for our departure. If you could go and maybe scout ahead for us or something. Out of character, I'm trying to find a way for like why over half the party would stay behind at the Hermes while the
Right, yeah.
one now two of you would.
Well, it's one thing to like
kid.
Yeah.
it's one thing to scuttle it, I don't know, it's already like worked as a home base, so it's hard to like completely abandon that.
Oh no, I mean they're going to make like final like do the last packing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of Hermes supplies that they can take with it on the presumably on the expedition.
Okay. And then like yeah, kind of have a kind of wayfinding expedition ahead of the team.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is the thing, like after everything Gigi's done, like I don't think Alistair is like necessarily worried about
Yes, I need a gun though.
her grit or her you know
Gigi is like weirdly like one of the most competent
that's the joke of the campaign, really, and it's a good one because
she's a daughter of a.
she's been
guy?
more parts of the universe than any of us probably. Like, yeah, and I don't know, like seeing you scamper into vents, like staying hidden, keeping your head when we were crash landing the ship. Yeah, I mean, I think like I understand that the crew is going to stay back and like make final preparations, but I don't know if it'd be too far out of character for Alistair to say, "Look, I want the kid to come with me."
What better way to protect her?
Yeah, if those guys are come back, they know we're here, so you guys can stay, on on Velcro everything that's useful. I imagine a lot of space Velcro, and we'll keep a low profile and we'll come back by this time.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, Gigi, let's go find some let's go find a way into the station.
Okay.
Okay, so departing the Hermes, back down that walk plank and through the echoing, almost cavernous hangar bays that are You kind of have to like watch where you step because there's so much garbage everywhere of like evidence of over. You guys make it to the far end where there are two exit doors, sort of side by side, labeled Tritium Holding A and Tritium.
My inclination is to go through Tritium B, but I mean, if it's real hairy, we can always double back.
Okay. Uh, you wave your borrowed ID, Doc Collins, rest in peace. Wave his ID across the hatch, and it slowly starts grinding open. And as it opens, are first aware of smell of, I guess, old soldering. The first thing that like comes to mind, like burning metal, almost like it's been held inside Tritium Holding B like until you've cracked the seal, and air behind you starts getting like pulled in through the doorway. Your first inclination that Tritium Holding B is actually not intact.
Oh,
Air is escaping out, you know, sort of like someone punctured a hole in your inflatable, your floaty, and it's slowly like leaking out behind you into Tritium
That's
Holding
not
B.
good. What? Sorry for all the noise. What are the? There's the alarm. What are our yeah, spacesuit situation right now?
yeah. Do
There
we
there
still
are
have them?
some suits on the Hermes. Actually, more than a few.
Yeah, I mean, if we go this way, we'll definitely need that. If there's enough for the entire crew, I guess maybe let's go pick those up.
Yes, I think we'll need them.
I think we don GG's special spacesuit that we like tied off to make it.
Yeah, so it's
The
like,
arm, the hands are like a little fluffy.
I think the joke we went with last time was she looks like what's her face from Monsters Inc.
ooh,
Boo, yeah, from Monsters Inc.
yeah.
Um, okay, and then come back to the door for Tritium Holding B, uh, which opens up into this long hallway, which runs parallel to A. In fact, on the shared wall between A and B, there's a couple bay windows, and you shine your flashlights into Tritium Holding B. It kind of goes through the dusty windows in A, and you can see they're set up. And I picture remember like the long hallway in Event Horizon, kind of like two of those side by
Cool.
side. Yeah. Tritium Holding B is seems to have been designed for longer term tritium holding. Every couple feet long hallway, it kind of breaks off to the side where a smaller hallway that you can see where all these tritium holding tanks are. But maybe tritium holding B is for longer term storage, just giving the impression of like how ancient it feels in this hallway, where like shining the light through into A, you can see that there's more pipe work and more lights and stuff, like just like more activity in general, right? Where B is quiet and cavernous feel.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that given uh, we're trying to keep a low profile here. Question for you, Matt. I had I think a condition from last time. Maybe there was a fumble on the elevator or around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I had quaking, which I think makes me a little less agile.
Oh, it goes away after like a turn or
Okay, I wasn't sure if that's something that falls off or if I hang on to that.
that's coming.
Okay.
That'll come later.
Yeah, nice.
Uh, okay. After your first couple steps to Tritium Holding B, though, and the doors close behind you, your suit readouts tell you that there is actually very little breathable air in here.
Oof.
the hole in the hallway, sucking all the. You're managing by the air supply of your suit. So let's start with an air supply roll. Start at 5, just like your motion detector battery.
Nice. All right.
Roll
I've been
5, and for every 1, you lose a point.
Okay.
all right, all right. I've been tinkering with the alien character sheet on Demiplay, and it's
It's
actually pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it's really good actually. If I'm not mistaken, like it's the same team that stood up Beyond went over
Yep, yep.
and
So I
did it
kind of
again.
moved my stuff over there because I'm looking at my notebook and it's just a mess. So,
Okay, here goes. Oh,
oh no, I got 2 ones, so I'm down 2.
Oof.
okay. I didn't get any.
Okay. So as Gigi steps ahead of you, Alistair, you see a couple of her like tank tubes or whatever. We're not.
It doesn't fit, right? Because her
Yeah,
suit's
yeah.
all.
So you see like some air escaping out of her, and you're able to like reach up and like, oops.
No,
So
Gigi, gotta fasten the belts.
tighten that. Yeah, tighten that down. Um. Okay. So on one side is rows of windows into Tritium Holding A. Other is repeating breakaway hallways, which lead to all these storage tanks of volatile tritium gas. The hallway stretches further than what your lights will cast, but there is on the ceiling a some sort of upside down art rail, giving the impression that maybe there's like a vehicle on rails that just up and down this hallway. It's not on this side though.
That would be handy if we find it and it's powered, but I think for now we're probably just monkey barring it.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So do you guys just start down the hallway?
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping an eye out for wherever that the leak is, or
Yeah.
if there's a giant crack somewhere or a
Well,
gaping hole in.
did we close the doors on the way in? Like, is there still like a
They're set to automatically close after you pass through them.
gotcha? So it's not like
Probably.
there's a vacuum pulling us out or anything.
No. Not. Um. However, it's because once the door closes and you guys start walking down the hallway, the atmosphere actually rapidly degrades like nothing, and you might as well be spacewalking on the interior of Heliostat. Um. In fact, gravity systems start to like fail. Just kind of getting by on like short hops down the hallway, and eventually you're maybe about halfway down, presumably halfway down Tritium Holding. There's this humongous just gash in the floor inside of the station. The edges of the break are all like melted solder metal. Like someone at one point maybe tried to do like a giant like patch job on this hallway, but without success because you can see and loose barrels of tritium sort of like floating just in like outside hole. It's a significant. I mean, you could presumably because now there's like no gravity, you could maybe like throw yourself across, but that would be like an uncontrolled space jump kind of thing,
You know she's doing it.
which I'm assuming breaks every rule. Um, and you can see after like maybe just at the far end of the light that your flashlight's cast, you can see where the hallway pin. But make no mistake about it, there is a giant hole, tritium holding.
Ah,
Doesn't look like I brought anything special for this kind of situation. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make the jump as well.
I think Gigi would for sure want to make the jump, and you know she's a kid, so I don't want to be like, oh, she does have fishing line, but I don't know if she would think to use it for this purpose to
Is there
like
any like
as an
exposed
anchor.
cable lying around? I could rip out?
There are conduits that once held cable, but you can see how they were like deliberately like pulled away from the wall. It looks like someone has long since come along and salvaged all the cabling. You're not the first person to come up with the idea.
Yeah.
No cabling.
So I think that's just a flat agility roll for me.
I would say the one thing keeping this hallway, like making it across this break in the hallway, would be that rail, the overhead rail.
So we could just use the rail, you're saying, to like go down?
Monkey bar it, yeah.
There's no gravity, you said, right? So we could just like pull ourselves on the rail.
Yeah, that'd be one thing you could do.
But Gigi would not think of that. So Alistair, you'd have to come up with that.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the rail. I'm quite less limber.
Okay. You said you're gonna roll agility.
And do I still have do I still have quaking, or did I take that off?
You should have taken that.
Okay, cool. That's gonna help.
And we have stress or no stress right now?
You should. I mean, unless you think you've accrued stress in this session.
It should be base 2 though, right? Like there's always 2 stress.
That's mothership.
Oh, I'm thinking of the different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no stress.
No stress.
We're just taking a stroll.
So in my experience playing this game a couple sessions now, I think stress, so to answer your question, should be at 0 right now, but stress seems to me to be player like nominated. When you push your rolls or you take action that accrues stress, where in Mothership it feels like the warden assigns you stress.
You said mobility or agility, or what are we doing?
I don't even have
mobility.
Yeah.
Now, Gigi has 9. Is that possible? Because I know we leveled up, right? We had some XP last time, and I just want to make sure it's not like breaking the game. It's like
you could have had agility at. It is possible.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure
that's
I didn't
because remember Gigi is like a.
Yeah, that's like a super stat.
Like an Olympian
gymnast.
All right. I got one and 1 6, so 1 failure and 1 success.
Nope, that's just 1 success.
One success.
Cancel. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Gigi has 0 successes.
Uh-oh.
Even with her 9 dice. She does have nimble, which means I can push any skill roll based on agility if I take 1 stress.
This is exactly what I said about players get their own stress. Yeah. So you can push the roll by gaining a stress. Gaining a stress, and then you can re-roll all the dice, including your new stress. And because of your talent, you can actually do it a second time.
All right, good. 1 success, and the stress die is not a 1. So, damn, 10 dice and only 1 success. All right.
So, Alistair, you're leading the way of.
You just put one hand in front of the other.
Yeah.
We'll cross this in no time.
Alistair has an accent all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And Gigi, in an attempt to maybe like try to have fun with it, and you don't take it seriously enough until your loose-fitting glove starts like slipping.
Yeah.
And you just grab on just in the nick of time to keep yourself going, and you guys make it after a small fright. Make it
long enough to get a good glimpse of the yawning abyss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a brief moment where the only thing connecting you to Heliostat is this rail that you're holding on to. Otherwise, it's all. And it's in that moment that you're sort of hanging on. See, floating out there, kind of tethered to some debris. It's like this daisy chain of garbage connecting each other. You do see like a lockbox floating in the still sealed.
Like outside of the ship? Through the
outside
hole?
of the station, yeah. You'd have to go out there, retrieve it. Else you could keep going on to the other end of Freedom Holding.
Gigi's interested. She's like, "Oh, look, Alistair, a box. What
That
secrets does it hold?"
if you get that box, there's I don't have anything to pull you back in with right now. That's
Well,
a one-way trip, I'm afraid.
she does have fishing line, but I don't know how far away this box is. And she's a kid; she'd be totally up for trying it, even though she
Um,
just had a little nervous panic attack.
it's a ways, yeah. Your
Oh,
fishing
that's probably
line
not
might
gonna be
get you
enough.
like 2/3 of the way there,
No.
out there, but
We can always come back. We can always come back.
it is in this like linked chain of garbage line from one of them.
That is a big risk.
Yeah.
Just floating away. She'd be down for it, but she could.
We'll get you. You know what, Gigi? Where we're going, they have shuttles. We can use a
Ah,
shuttle.
to get it? No, all right. Let's not forget it.
Yeah, I'll let you drive.
But let's.
I don't know how to drive. You'll have to drive.
Okay, great. But let's tell Rick that I got the box by going out there and into space.
That's what we'll tell her, of course.
Give them a fright, yeah. Okay, carrying on. When you land on the other side of this blasted hallway, shortly before you arrive at the end of Tritium Holding, there is that rail cart. It's designed to be like suspended by the rail on the ceiling. There's a parking brake lever inside the cart that's been pulled into the on position and blinking red. Like it got the hazard lights on. Someone has moved it to this end of the hallway and like lodged it.
Ooh. So we could send it back, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Could bring the rest of the party, but we could also use it to get back if we need to. Right?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's definitely use this on the way back. Save us some trouble. And the rail looked mostly intact from what I saw, I think. Having climbed it.
But the only
That's
thing
like
Yeah, maybe.
nice.
Yeah, I guess doesn't look like it's, unless there's anything else on the cart.
it's yes, there is. There are. There looks like to be like a like a duffel bag with like red nylon duffel bag with like the
Ooh.
Swiss cross insignias on it and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like a medical bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like it's
more
not
of
until
that.
you like get up next to the cart and sort of like shine your light inside, that you see it's been like tucked away underneath like, the bench.
Oh, let's take it. I like the color.
Hmm?
Yeah, unzip it. It's inside you find emergency medical gear like a defibrillator, deployable shelter, even
Okay. Are these official items or just like random stuff you're saying?
random stuff,
Okay.
but still like usable random things, and another long range communications,
Oh, excellent.
another walkie talkie. Hey, hey, there he is. What's up, Best Buy? How
Hey,
you doing?
you hear me?
Good to see you.
So,
So what did you say? Deployable shelter?
deployable shelter, a defibrillator, and a long range comm unit.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I walk into. Great. You never want to hear defibrillator when you walk into the
And
Like
Gigi
what?
has a gun. That's the
How
other
you doing?
thing. Good. Little crazy.
Okay.
So,
We've already started.
yep.
We're just to bring you up to speed. Rick showed Alistair Julia, where she was found, and laid out the plan to get through Heliostat, in order to get to the ship that's parked on the bottom of it,
Right.
the other hauler.
Yep.
And then Alistair and Gigi came up with the idea that while Rick and Spencer and Simon were making last minute preparations, like packing the last bits of stuff, Alistair and Gigi would scout ahead a little bit.
Nothing can go wrong there.
No. Nothing has gone wrong. In fact,
They've
Working
just
out pretty well.
This could
Wait.
actually-
I will remind you, I did come in and I heard defibrillator.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We just found that. We just found that.
This is actually coming at a really good moment because what they found. So Tritium Holding B is like this very long hallway that has like breakaways that lead into like where big barrels of tritium are held. But halfway down the hallway, there's been like an explosion. And so Tritium Holding B is technically in a vacuum that's been poorly. Someone tried to repair it. It didn't go well.
Okay.
But the only thing keeping Tritium Holding B intact is this rail cart. This goes on an overhead rail. And they
Okay.
actually just arrived to the other side. And when they investigated the rail cart, they found an emergency medical supply bag. That's where the defibrillator.
Okay.
So with a little bit of mother fiat, I'll say you guys actually decided now's a good time to hop in the cart and ride it back the hangar bay. Where
we made a shortcut.
Yep, they actually
Nice.
found a shortcut.
Gigi, do you have? You already have a scanner, am I correct about that?
Yeah, we did. We got a long range comm. We didn't get a. We got a long
Oh,
range
okay.
comm deployable shelter. So it's like a walkie, but it's just one, right? Just one walkie-talkie.
Yeah, but it would
Yeah.
it would link in with what you guys already have.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So like we could give it to somebody potentially. All right. Or I could hide it and make noises to. It's a ghost.
I'm pretty sure I called an airport once doing that. Just not expecting that, but
That it's a ghost? Why would you
Put
call
it-
an airport to tell
Put
there's a
put
ghost?
it near Rick and make fart noises on my comms. So it sounds like he's farting.
Okay, and so Alistair and Gigi return to the Hermes having made a shortcut. Where Rick, you are in the midst of making last minute preparations. Pack things up.
Everything go okay, guys? Everything's squared away.
Mhm.
Gonna
I almost
get off
floated
of
out
this
in space.
freaking- I kind of look at Gigi. I look back at Alistair. I thought you were going to keep an eye on her.
yes, I did, and she's very nimble.
Okay, when we talk about keeping an eye on the boss's daughter, it's not just watching her do things.
All I could say is we just need to make sure our suits are topped off. There's no atmo in this hallway, but that's great because that means there's also no crazy guys trying to break into the ship. They must have taken the other way back.
I don't know how we're going to make this. I don't know. I can't imagine how we're going to make it back. How are we going to?
Are you having an episode? I found an EMT bag.
Clear. Now I'm remembering, Rob, you're playing your character so well that like I legitimately like worried for you at the end of our last session. That you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
coming
good.
back to me. Yeah. Okay, don't let me. I won't interrupt.
Yeah. No, it's just,
We've laid the way.
kind of-
Yep.
he's just kind of mumbling to himself, like, okay, all right, let's just go. Let's move on.
Based on what you
Let's get out
showed
of
us, we can get into the habitation section of the ship of the station, in the spire, right?
So
My owlbear's kind of freaking out, but
Oh, I have it on tracking me. Sorry. I've been
There we go.
panning around and forcing you guys to follow.
Did you guys already like go to medical and R&D, or is that just
did do medical. I don't know about the other one.
so out of character, I don't think we've gone anywhere, right? I mean, we've been over in like security ops and the hangar bays. You guys, I think, have now gone the furthest out of any of us.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
'Cause Because we found a medical bag in the cart. I don't know if that means anything or significant, but we did find like a Red Cross bag in the
I
cart.
guess I assumed that was. I guess I can't hang.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been Doc Collins or one of his team going back and forth. Because he said he had come from the Spire before he expired.
Wasn't he heading back with medical supplies, or he was leaving with medical
Yeah,
supplies?
that was his plan. Yeah. He forgot his ID. His
We
badge
need
or
to
whatever.
take this somewhere then, where he was going.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
we
a good
need
thought,
to.
GG.
I think we need to take it with us as we go to the ship. That is the plan. It's about getting off this station and finding what's going on down on the planet, right? I mean, that is the plan, guys, right? If the project's going off the rails, like, let me know. I will get it back on the rails, but that is the plan, right?
GG's being very thoughtful. There could well be others on this station in need of aid, but yeah, the mission's important. Yes.
Don't you want to help, Rick? There's other people here.
No, I don't want to help. They are interlopers. They are like traitors. I mean, this is a company thing. Look what you've done to the place. This isn't like modern redecorating going on here. I mean, do you know how much this is going to cost to fix? Like, this is my career. So we just, Alistair, law and order, right? I mean, that's what you're here to do, right? Can you do whatever it is you're supposed to do?
We met some people, and they have definitely changed the rules here. That much is true. Until we're in a
They are squatters. I'm just going to point out to you, they are squatters on corporate property. They need to be gone. But that'll be.
We will
objective two. Objective
we
one,
will reestablish the company's policy. Yes, but there is a really important part of that, which is whether they want to listen to us or not. And I don't think we're quite there yet.
They're going to listen.
We'll
yeah. You just wait and see. We're going to bring the hammer. They're going to listen. Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
All right, I'm gonna assume Spencer will likewise suit up with the three of you. Start heading out. Is the plan to head back the way you came through Tritium Holding B now that you have a shortcut?
I think so. And I mean, we could do a similar thing where we go out quietly first, kind of leapfrogging, I guess, with the non-present characters so they don't get tangled up in something.
Are we aware of the hauler? Like, don't we need some kind of, like, how are we getting down? Like, did we find a ship? Did you guys find a ship last time, Rob? Or
The only ship I'm aware of, I mean, we have to like traverse this on foot as far as I know. I mean, when you talk about, are you talking about down planet side?
Yeah.
It's that little hauler down. If you look at the map,
gotcha, the tritium hauler.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're headed. So we've got to get to basically the spire, go down the spire, and then bridge that through engineering, presumably. And I can't remember where did we? I think we used cameras. We determined that there was cultists kind of hanging out in the green spaces. Is that correct, Matt?
Yes. Green spaces are so
effectively living quarters.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at the top of your knowledge and work my way down.
Yeah.
Spire North is the concourse is a big it's like a shopping mall hub kind of looking thing. Remember it is flooded. So transversing through Spire North might involve swimming.
Ooh, but that's where medical and R&D is.
That would be the direction. You have to go through Spire North to get to medical R&D.
Yeah, because Gigi just wants to plant a seed about what her papa says sometimes. Is like, Papa said things are replaceable, but ideas are not. Is there anything there that might be important for the company or Papa?
Right now, Gigi, your dad and I are not on the best terms. So I'm gonna be honest, like, and I think Rick would get down and do that kind of patronizing, like hands on his legs, like down at your level, going like, what I really need from you, little girl, is for you to just like stay the course, like not go running off anywhere, not like have Uncle Rick having to chase after you, like to find you or anything. Like just I need you to do the pilot thing. Like when we get to the ship, you can do the pilot thing. How about that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, exactly that right
Let's
there.
go.
That,
She starts running
yes.
towards that thing.
No. I just
Okay, so Spire North flooded mall kind of thing. Spire South is more communal spaces. You've identified a big industrial laundromats. The communal quarters. I believe you guys saw the name of it is the Crate's End. It's like coffin moteling kind of a deal. And then a big public restroom shower. Oh, hey, there's. And then, so getting through Spire South will take you to Tritium Processing, the shop where the other hauler is kept. Hey, Spencer.
Right, we're all here, so we're just getting
Sweet.
back out of here.
Yeah, the gang's all here. Although he looks very confused. He looks so confused.
Like he's having audio troubles.
Otherwise, he would have made fun.
Well, we lost Pete due to technical difficulties.
I think he gave up.
Well, it would have been 6 of us. It would have been. I don't know if we can play that.
I know.
Someone has to die.
Yeah, I would have just killed someone at the hole in
Sorry.
Freedom Holding Base.
Pick a number.
Sorry.
No.
Can't have this many players. Sean.
Yeah.
Get out of the call.
It's alien.
Get
Just
out of the
go.
call.
She's gonna defibrillate one of the tanks.
Terrible.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
There we
there
go.
he is.
Hey, there he
I
is.
can hear you. Hi.
Okay, I've done 3 recaps for this session at this point.
Don't worry about it. It'd be really good from Spencer's. Just be
We're,
like,
we're
hey,
leaving.
hey, I don't understand what's going on.
He's already in character.
So, yeah, what? Hey! Like, he's just running
Hey,
at y'all.
Spencer.
All right. The only recap I'm going to provide is that the route seems to be going through Tritium Holding B to get to the Spire, to get to the Tritium Processing and derelict ship. The other ship. Right?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so because Alistar and GG already scouted ahead, you guys know that Tritium Holding B is compromised, and you guys will need your suits. So everyone puts on their is it just called a spacesuit? Their
Compression suit.
yeah, their compression suits. Thank you.
So do we have this air supply? Are they full, or is this the same? Okay, we're starting at 5 again, so
Yep.
they refill. Okay.
But we're walking away from the Hermes, which I is like leaving home.
Yep.
So I think the smart thing to do would be to start thinking about what you're taking with you. And then I'm willing to assume that you guys will have bags of stuff. So maybe we should give the group a general I'll just call it supply at 5. And every time you guys reach into your bag of tricks for stuff that you would have packed if you guys knew what you were doing, we'll test that bag supply as you pull out crowbars and cutting tools and stuff like that.
Well,
Things that
everything
you-
we had, everybody has, right? Like we distributed it, so you guys have it on your sheets and stuff, right? All the stuff we had.
Yeah.
All right.
For the stuff we found, I'm assuming GG if you're okay with carrying
I
it.
put it in the log. Yeah, she likes the red bag. So
If there's anything that's like super bulky or it doesn't make sense, we could put it on mine. But I figure for now it's okay.
she's a gymnast. She's strong.
Okay, supply 5 sounds good.
Got the
I
rails
already
on.
saw something where I wanted a really long cord or something like
Yeah, yeah. Like obviously you would have pulled
thinking.
like the really long extension cord that you found on the Hermes. Pack that in a bag.
But the Hermes is done, right? It doesn't work. It's like dead.
Yeah.
It's at 10%.
It's a long road for the Hermes, so we're gonna try.
Spencer said he can't fix it. So I don't know if that means that he won't fix it or if he can't fix it. You know, never know. What happens.
Fixing things takes time. Remember,
We
time.
covered this, right?
I love the idea of it. It's like the Hermes is just like completely totaled, and there's Spencer with like a wrench, and Rick is like, "Get to it."
You can't fix this.
Yeah.
Come on, you're the man. This is your job. You have one job.
Like he's not
Again,
fix it Felix,
this is
you know.
fixing things is more difficult than you think. By the way, where are we?
Okay, but just to reiterate, so you guys have a general bag of goodies that you can dip into. It's at supply 5. Anything reasonable that you would have salvaged from the Hermes can be found in your collective bags.
Oh.
All right, so you depart the Hermes and towards the hangar bay, and then towards the door, which leads to Tritium Holding B, which, as Alistair and Gigi have prepared you, opens up to the vacuum of space, because halfway down this immense hallway, which we are thinking of Event Horizon, you know, the long hallway on that ship. It's exactly like that, except there's 2 of them, A and B, next to each other. Just turns out that Tritium Holding B exploded at some point long ago. But there is an overhead rail that runs the length of Tritium Holding B, which carries a vehicle that moves along the rail. And Gigi and Alistair have parked it on hangar side. So the door to Tritium Holding B opens up, and there's a mine cart for everyone to hop into. And so with it's like butts to nuts in there, packed. It's not meant for 5 people. It's a crowded ride.
Nice.
The mine cart, so it's not really a mine cart. It starts like groaning its way down this long hallway, and eventually hits this point where the only thing connecting the 2 halves of this hallway is the rail going between them. So there is a moment where it's just like on one side is the Tritium Holding A hallway, and then over on your left side and below you is just the big void of space, and a lot of garbage from this explosion still like floating out there,
like Space Mountain.
like Space Mountain.
So we're outside Tritium Holding B or A?
You're inside Tritium Holding B.
Okay.
The problem is that halfway through Tritium Holding B, there is no inside because it's all blown up.
Oh. Which one of you did it? Who did this?
Spencer,
You know.
being the engineer of the, you immediately feel like the speed bump kind of feel, like chunk of the rail, as you realize that the cart has gone from like official rail to like something that someone has like soldered together. They have like repaired the rail, and the cart moves through space to get to the other half of the hallway.
Oh, they didn't really do a good job.
In fact, because Spencer had to say it, you can hear the rail sort of like groan and crack as the cart goes over it.
Is
Uh-oh.
that normal?
Jumping
Is that
out.
normal?
Sometimes it's normal. It just depends on the mood you're in. Do you think it's normal?
I'd like to. The last note is like that piece of rail that someone has repaired is now like floating out into space.
Well, that's not normal.
And the cart has taken its last voyage down this hallway without repair.
Yeesh.
Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize
You're fine.
if I cough.
And this leads you to access stairwell. You'll go through it, through the door, and on the other side will be a stairwell that'll lead up to Spire North or down to Spire. But before you leave Tritium Holding, I don't want to push you guys along. I'm saying the cart sort of shudders to the end of the line, and you know there's no going back without fixing that.
I think, Rick lets the death grip off the hold or whatever. It's just that sense of like, why am I here? No career is worth this. I didn't choose to be an astronaut. Why am I here?
I honestly think the whole time Spencer would be doing like cowboy, like yeehaw, that's what he would have been doing the whole time as he's riding down there. And when it gets bumpy, he's like, yeah. That's totally would have been Spencer's thing.
Spencer's pumping Leonard Skinner through the intercom.
Even better. That's what he's doing.
I don't know about you guys, but like I'm thinking almost like the gondola like experience of or like a Ferris wheel. Like I hate Ferris wheels. I hate being in the open Ferris wheels and they're like rocking back. I literally am like the death grip on the
Jeez,
and that's what and I think I'm imagining almost like that experience for Rick with Spencer nearby, like rocking out or whatever. He's just like, please, like stop. Like that's not supposed to make that noise.
That's pretty good, right? That was a good ride, Gigi, right?
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh, well, the thing is, you saw that thing floating by?
Mm-hmm.
Might be a one-way trip.
What?
No.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud, Rick.
Well, there's always a Tritium Holding A. Just saying.
Oh.
Why'd we choose the blown-up one?
The bad guys went through the other one.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Freaking interlopers.
Do you remember hiding in security ops while Vagabonds came in and tried to break into your ship?
Oh no.
He does.
Oh, is that the people that were like banging on it?
Yeah,
I witnessed that. I did know that one. I was there for that.
All right.
No, thank you for the swinging gondola of a Ferris wheel is exactly what it should.
Oh.
Only in space. But you do arrive to the other end of Tritium Holding B, and then there's an airlock between you and the stairwell.
I think as we get up there, Rick certainly is like looking at Alistair like, okay, now what? Like,
yeah, I mean, from what we saw, there are likely other former employees beyond this door. We'll need to be on our best behavior, everyone.
Where?
wait a minute. Are you suggesting we're going to confront these interlopers?
No, but if they meet us, if they see us, they'll confront us. So I do appreciate how everyone worked together last time we met one of them, and all I can say is, stay sharp, watch your corners, and try not to make too much noise.
Like Rick's looking at Gigi like, okay, we're screwed.
I'm not the one that talks all the time.
Oh my gosh, Gigi.
Got him.
Oh, high five or low five, just like behind her back.
And just to like pile on the goofy, I have to picture like Alistair says, try not to make too much noise, and he hits like the button for the airlock, and like all these clack sounds like the airlock starts like slowly like grinding open. But yeah, and then so this airlock in past Tritium Holding is like the last just from experience being on board space stations, you guys know that you are exiting like the last like safety measure between the vacuum of space and space station. Almost like Tritium Holding and the hangars are meant to like eject off of station by this airlock if something goes wrong. So you guys enter the airlock, and there's the air pressurizes and cycles, and then there's like lockers for you guys to put away your suits. And then past this door will be into the stairwell proper, where things will be a little bit more rounded or civilized.
Hmm.
You get the impression I'm making here, yeah.
Yeah, but we're taking off our suits. What was that?
Unless you're gonna walk around the space station in a suit.
Backsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to move in a suit when there's no gravity like we had in the hallway,
Oh,
but
Gotcha.
it'll be pretty bulky with that on probably.
Are there penalties?
I don't know. In this one,
I don't think so.
I mean, the answer is yes, but I just don't know if like mechanically.
Every time we take our suits off, something happens.
Is that true? Have I done that to you?
Yep. There's a big hole in the wall. Oh shit! I wish we had our suits.
We need a pilot. Oh, we don't need pilot.
I feel really bad about that, guys. I really
Don't worry, we have a child. She's good.
Rick's gone. Let's go to R&D real quick.
Compression suits don't penalize your so
Yeah,
be
why?
right
you guys could keep
Why
them on
would
if
we
you
take them off? I mean, come on, man.
okay. I'm just saying. But
shit
you
we've
guys
seen.
should test your air supply. Do it twice for me for
Okay.
the gondola ride on the hallway.
What would we do for that? I'm sorry.
So you'll roll 5 dice, and on ones your air supply goes down by that many ones.
Although, oh, we topped. You guys said we topped it off, or
Yeah.
it might.
You
Okay.
would have topped it off when you got back to the Hermes. So 2 rolls to see,
Damn.
because it's a long ride.
I rolled
Alright.
1-1.
I rolled
Okay,
two
so,
ones.
so on your second roll, you'll roll 4 dice. That's
Okay.
Back to 3.
because every turn you use air supply, you're supposed to. And
Gotcha.
Turns. Turn along the ride.
She was like screaming too much, having fun on the ride, and she used up a lot of the oxygen.
Sucked up a lot of air, yeah.
Yeah, Rick is obviously like holding it in, so he did okay on his first roll.
I'm okay on my second roll.
I kept it together somehow.
All right.
Nice.
Oh crap! You said twice. Shit, that was
Yeah.
just one roll.
That
So you weren't hyperventilating, is what you're saying, Rick?
That's just normal rec,
That-
yeah.
Yeah, in
Hang on,
control.
I'll be right back. I put food in the oven.
But Matt, when I rolled the second time, it's with the reduced dice, right? It's not like another 5. Gotcha. All right. We roll another 3. All right, just a 3 then.
Awesome. Okay. So it's up to you guys to decide if you left your compression suits on or off. But then the airlock doors open up, and you enter the stairwell that divides Spire north and south. There's signs on the airlock. Go up for north and down for south. However, the ring spiral staircase, when the doors open up, you hear the sound, and you see it, water flowing down the stairs, like almost like a waterfall of stairs, constant.
Okay.
I mean, Rick
And-
steps back away from the water, and just like looking at the whole situation.
And
I don't think we can go that way. No.
over the sound of rushing water, because it's a big cylinder stairwell and loud and echoes everywhere. You do hear a rhythmic like clang, 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 echoing from somewhere in the stairwell.
Oh,
Generally above or below us?
Hard to tell because it's all echoing metal, you know.
oh,
And also the lights here are dim presumably because of.
maybe I should
Good.
use my tracker.
Does it while Gigi's doing that? Just quick question: is it like clang, 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 pause, clang, 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 or is it like just consistent clang?
Consistent. Rhythmic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you guys want me to blast the tracker?
Yeah, everybody hold still and see what else we see.
Yeah. So you said a usage dice, right, Matt?
Yeah, you'll roll 5 dice, and for every one you roll, you lose one of those 5 dice.
Okay, we lost one charge.
Yeah, you have to juice up the battery a little bit to overcome the flowing water interference. And the motion, which pings off in, it like matches the sound you hear, is coming from below you, from the entry to Spire South.
So that's where the movement is below us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that tracker is picking up biosignals? Is that correct, Miguel?
It's movement.
Just
Movement.
movement.
Okay,
so we don't know
so
what
it
it
could
is.
be right. So it could be a piece of equipment or something. Okay.
Damn. That's right. Just air disturbances in the air particles, right? That's what it detects.
Completely boat in the movement.
Game over, man.
Changes in micro density. Is that the
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's coming from below you.
All
Where
right.
you guys want to go if you're heading toward?
Yeah, I think that's our current bearing. So, I guess when we get to a distance to that sound, I guess maybe Alistair will try and like go ahead, get a peek at it if you can visually see what's happening to make that noise.
Sure. But first, let's test our mobility as you guys start down the stairwell and see if the water doesn't cause you guys to slip up.
Oh, you mean there's stairs down the ladder? I mean water down the ladder?
Yeah, the water's like running down the stairs. Yeah,
Damn.
it's coming from above.
All right.
One success.
That's all I need, baby.
I'm at one stress. Let me see.
I have one success.
I can never for the life of me remember the ones or the sixes are what we're going for here.
Sixes are
Sixes are
successes. Ones on your stress dice trigger panic.
Okay. I
Am
didn't have any stress to this
stressed?
point, but I also didn't succeed at all. So
So now you can push the roll by gaining
Okay.
a point of stress and then re-rolling all the dice plus the new stress die.
all right, here we go.
I got it yet, Rick?
I think that is
I'm
correct.
getting there.
I would have to look it up myself. We're playing sporadically enough.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, no, that okay, that was successful this time.
Awesome. So
I need to push it.
oh, you do. Gigi,
Yeah.
with her 9
Gigi's
dice. This is
with
like
her
the second time
30
with her, like,
with her 30 dice.
yeah.
The gymnast
Oh
stumbles.
no. Well, I got 2 successes, but I did get one on the panic, the stress die.
Okay, so that means you're going to succeed. Like, actually, we have to test your stress now. So, what's your stress score?
2.
So you're gonna roll a d6 and add 2, and see if you panic.
E6 and add 2. I got a 4, so plus 2, 6.
That is not a stress. Don't freak. Because
Oh,
7
really?
and above is stressing.
Or
Okay.
It's
panic?
panicking.
Or panicking. Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
1 through 6 is nothing. So, but that does represent that Gigi, like, again, you don't take it seriously enough. Like, maybe Gigi is like off ahead and is like
She's in her
hopping downstairs. Yeah,
stupid
like,
suit.
and then almost slips, but like catches herself on the rail.
Yeah. Yeah, she's stressed out that Rick's gonna yell at her or something. She's like,
Well, I was just gonna say I could almost imagine like maybe she's doing that whole like looking to see if he notices, and of course he doesn't because he's focused on his feet. He's like making sure that like he's pretty agile himself, but he's like being cautious.
And Alistair, I think something similar happens to you. When you pause to like look, like maybe lean over the rail to like shine your light down. You know, the current sort of takes you by surprise, and you almost flip it together. However, you do reveal at the bottom of this cylinder stairwell, which would open to Spire South, you see a shattered. Remember those drones that we encountered on the Jeremiad? Yeah, you see like the shattered remains of one, sort of like scattered around the bottom of the stairwell, and they're like kneeling over the corpse of this drone is another drone who's got its head and is like smashing it over and over into the ground, clang, 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 and those lobster arms that come out of the torso that have all the industrial tools are just like going haywire. You can see the the intact drones blowtorch just like burning like weird circles in the air. Completely haywire.
I don't trust those things. And
Good,
look,
Well,
good summary there, Spencer.
So
look,
you said
they're hurting
attack.
that one.
You said attack drones. So are these security drones or are these maintenance drones?
I said intact.
Intact.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I heard you say attack drone. I was
Sorry.
like, whoa, wait a second.
Well,
that's a different situation.
Historically
don't trust
speaking, they've
those.
done that.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
they've been very
Just a couple working Joes
very
trying to
offensive.
help us out.
Yeah. Well, remember these are even like a step below working Joes. These are
Right.
yeah.
I think the mental image I use is those Boston Dynamics drones,
Right.
robots.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, but these have like all like the little arms in their torsos with industrial tools.
Right.
Yeah. At any rate, one has apparently like decimated another and is in the middle of.
Are we still a decent amount above it, or are we level?
You're a decent amount above it.
Okay.
However, as you slip in the water, and your light sort of like, you can see one of its tracker eyes sort of like slides back on rails, and is like moving around to like follow your sporadic flashlight swinging around.
Oh no!
It notices you noticing it.
Shit. We're in trouble. I'll
So
clamp my
this-
flashlight off and
So are we on like? So does this spiral tube that we're in? I mean, I know we're on a spiral staircase, but is there like a catwalk around? Like are we at a point where there would be a catwalk around it, or are we like literally like our only options are up or down?
Not. I mean, yes, up or down.
Okay.
But from the stairs and there are like you can like swing over the railing and go up and down ladders too.
Oh yeah,
But
like
ostensibly-
an elevator shaft. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if Heliostat had made a little bit more money, they would have replaced this with an elevator. But ostensibly, your only options are up to Spire North or down the stairwell to Spire South, or back to the way you came.
Right. But the robot destroying the other one is on some kind of landing, right?
Yeah. So the spiral ends at a landing, which will open up
Gotcha.
into south. Yeah, exactly.
gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he is at the floor.
I'll gesture to everybody like flatten against the wall, the outer wall, if we can, to like avoid being spotted. But
And actually, now that I think about it, this means that the drone is in like waist deep water, and there aren't other drone parts on the ground around it, but they're like floating, bobbing in the water where all this stuff is acute, and it's draining out of something because it's not
yeah.
you know. But waist
Is
deep
it in
water.
our way?
Say again?
Is it in our way? Like,
Yeah,
do we...
you'd have to go past this drone to get to the Spire South.
Shit.
Sure. I'll get my shotgun out for starters. But I think since it saw me, like maybe if I can gesture to somebody to like try and keep an eye on it, I'll continue forward, like down the stairs a little bit.
Yeah, and it also hasn't stopped bashing the other one in, by the way, just because
Okay.
it saw you.
So
That's
what does Rick know with his Comtech and wits and everything about like about the command protocols for these droids? Like, do they receive commands over like wireless spectrum, or are they like custom built to do a certain job and they just go autonomously and execute?
They're a little too dumb for true autonomy.
Okay.
More often than not, an operator will control them remotely,
Okay.
like seeing through their eyes and using like
Gotcha.
But there is some degree of like, like if a drone finds like a big like vein of ore, you can just like hit the cruise control button and it'll keep digging, right? But for any like true finesse, someone should be at the helm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's presumably operating in some kind of default mode at the moment, where it thinks it's doing something valuable.
That's one way
Or
to think
it's
of it. Yeah.
or its processing is telling them nobody's controlling you, go do whatever it's supposed to be doing when it's not.
Yeah, and if no one's going to control me, I'm just going to destroy something. Is kind of how it's default. Or if I can offer someone is controlling it right now, and
Well,
they
that's
are
a possibility, right?
Oh, had none of that.
And so I guess the question is, based on that, can I make a contact roll to maybe understand whether I think it's acting in a default mode, or is it obvious to me that it's not, that the behaviors that this is non-standard like behavior for.
No, I love that contact roll. Please do.
Okay. All
I'm
right,
gonna subtract unless you have some gear.
I don't know that I would make. I'm honestly seeing this as more like his familiarity with it. I don't see it as a gear thing. I mean,
Maybe like a -1 because this is so weird.
That's fine. I still got 7 dice. And that would be 3 failures and 1 success.
All that matters is the 1 success, though.
Yeah.
As long as these
true.
aren't on stress dice.
That's true. There was not stress. It was not stress dice. So 1 success.
The motions this robot is making are not rhythmic enough to be automatic. Somebody is controlling it.
Okay. So I mean I see. So I think Rick seeing Alistair start to move forward. He kind of grabs you by the shoulder and is like, "Hey, whoa, are you familiar with this model of this particular droid?" Okay. Well, I'm just gonna let you know, like, somebody's controlling it. And Rick's like looking around, like the operators gotta be like somewhere around here. I mean, obviously they can't be, and I don't know if they're down, but somebody's controlling that droid. The range isn't so great as to, and with the.
Can we get it to? Can we send it another way? I'll say like quietly.
Well, all we got to do it's a matter of don't trick the droid, trick the operator, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think it saw me before, but
well, it's all. Well, I don't know. What's it doing? Is it patrolling at this point, or is it just? Did it go back to what it was?
It literally, as soon as you like ask yourself that question, it finishes like cracking open the other drone's like head unit, like a overripe coconut, and droid brains go like splattering everywhere. Look, there's like that milky droid, like diffuses into like the waist high water of the.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I think I don't think it just saw your light.
Yeah. I don't want to like try and make it go up that way though, because it'll come straight through us. If there's a way we can send it lower.
I don't think out of character. I don't think it can go any lower. It's at the bottom of the stairs, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
But it could go through the doorway into Spiral.
Okay.
Right. So I don't know.
Do you know about these? How well do they perform in water or in
Well, I don't know that much about them, but I mean, I can tell you. I mean, it looks like it's performing okay.
Okay.
I mean, mostly I'm familiar with them from a purchase order requisition kind of process, and did a little studies, but more of an interest than an awareness.
If it comes at us, I'm going to shoot it. So just get ready.
Yeah. Well, you know, everything else in this freaking station's gone to pot. Why not the droids? Okay, so what's the plan, Alistair? I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna edge out around the corner and try to get a drop beat on it.
Okay, so Alistair, you like creep. I'm imagining like every couple steps in this spiral, there's like a landing. Maybe you stop there and like you're like edging over the next row of stairs to like aim down at the where this thing is, and you are, as soon as you look over the edge, you get you have enough. It's not like ambushing you, but you look over the edge just in time to see the drone is starting to climb the stairs towards you guys. You're on mute there.
I know.
Oh.
That was intentional.
Yeah. You look over the edge of the stairs, and you see like this, like it's metal legs coming out of the water, like starting to like stomp its way up. And now that you're looking for it, you can hear like rhythmic, like stomp, stomp, like echoing up the metal grating as this drone is closing in on you.
Awesome. When was the last like ladder? You were saying there are ladders kind of going down the middle of this?
There's never. It's constant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's taking the stairs, could we take the ladder potentially and miss it?
If you like speed down the ladders past it, maybe. Yeah.
I'll start gesturing to the other members of the team while I keep my shotgun ready.
Do you think that's wise? I mean,
If we time it right, yeah.
Fireman slide, you know, like the dog.
Gigi's ready
it's
to do
likely
it.
gonna the operator's likely gonna see us. I don't have a better idea, but I'm just letting you know, like,
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's initiative because the drone's about to be on you either way. So I'll just go top to bottom on my screen. Gigi, I drew a 5 for you.
Nice.
8 for Alistair. 9 for Rick. 1 for Spencer. So I hope you've been paying attention. And I am on 7.
Wait, what are we doing? No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking this time.
So 5 for
Sober up.
Gigi, 8 for Alistair, 9 for Rick, 1 for Spencer, and I'm on 7. Spencer, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna go down the ladder.
Okay. You swing over the railing and grab onto a ladder, which is slick with Spencer. When getting this close to it, you realize this is actually some sort of, it's like water and like coolant and stuff like that. It's slippery, more slippery than you would have thought. Give me a mobility check to like grab onto the ladder and start sliding down.
All right.
And for no reason at all, I'm gonna look up falling damage.
Falling in water. I rolled 2
1d6
successes.
times per 10 feet. Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled 2
Is
successes.
fantastic.
10.
You can even stunt on this thing, man.
I do one of these. See you down there, and then
Just swing over and down you go. Very good. And you start sliding down. You're actually gonna like slide right past the drone on your way down. That brings me to Gigi.
So what was it to slide? Just
Mobility.
Mobility.
oh, no. Okay. It hasn't been going too well for Gigi, but
I'll catch you.
so I have two stress on top of this.
11
Damn.
dice, right?
She has 9 plus 2, yeah, 11. But she's been rolling like crap. Okay, no panics and 2 successes.
Okay. For 2 successes, I want to let you guys know that as you are sliding down the ladder, like almost on top of each other and looking up, you can see actually above, closer to Spire North, you can see someone leaning over the railing, and they have like goggle apparatuses on their face, and they're like harnessed to the railing with some sort of like climbing gear, and in their hands they're holding clear like a control of some kind. There's the
Ooh.
operator that Rick identified.
Let them know in the comms. There's a jerk upstairs.
It's a jerk.
Do we have that? We have things like that now.
Because everyone refused to take your
Suit off, see?
suit off.
Eh?
Ah,
I would assume you guys have. Yeah, you guys are all doing this in pressurized suits, which have armor, by the way.
guess we can breathe underwater too. Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, you didn't need them. Alistair, the drone is in your Kool-Aid. He's climbed the stairs ahead of you.
Huh.
Clean these guys up a little bit. 6. As you are leaning over the stairs and then you like turned away to be like, guys, go down the ladder. Then you look back around. The drone has actually like leapt the distance. Like you see like piston legs like leaps, almost like kind of heroically. Yeah, but it brings around the arm that has like a pneumatic piston that's made for breaking apart rocks, and tries to slam it down on like almost like the back of your head, like where it meets your neck, because you're looking down the stairs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no.
7 dice.
Ooh.
I have 2 successes to try to instantly break your neck.
Okay.
Yeah. You have armor on though. You have your.
Now's a good time to ask you how much the armor is worth on these suits.
2 points. So you're gonna roll 2 dice to try to negate the damage.
Okay. Any stress on those?
You can go ahead and be stressed if you'd like to. Oh no, stress
I
won't
will.
apply to an armor roll.
You wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing. 2 and a 4.
A cow. Everyone over the comms hears the snap of bone.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Yeah. Maybe I overdid it.
So is he dead?
No.
Man, what are you doing?
Critical injuries. You have suffered a specific critical injury. You're broken.
Whoa.
That's probably dead.
That's pretty bad.
It's actually not.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, well,
oh, it's
that's
not. It's not
nice.
so
Oh,
bad.
you're
Well-
fine. You can walk it off.
It's not,
Ooh.
guys. It's not good.
A broken neck into like how much water at the bottom of the?
Mm-hmm.
But just saying.
Like
Well,
let's
he's
not
wearing his suit.
let's not bury the lead.
Gigi's a
Alistair
lifeguard.
needs help. We'll go with cracked spine, which is number 56 on the critical injury. It's specifically not fatal, but you are paralyzed from the neck down. If not given medical aid in time, the effect will be permanent.
Wait, I have a medicine bag or whatever that thing was.
Clear.
Yeah, in a puddle of water.
Okay, so the
Good
drone
idea.
leapt the stairs, and then everyone who is looking sees that giant rock-shattering pneumatic hammer just comes down on the back of Alistair, like above his shoulders, and you hear the crack, and Alistair starts tumbling down the stairs. 8 is Alistair.
Oh, well, he's crumbling down the stairs.
Yeah, with whatever neurons nerves are still working, I am cursing out a blue stream. God fucking suck. God.
There are children on this channel. Critical
Gigi's a
injury.
kid.
I
She's
believe
heard worse.
You have to do something when you're critically. You have to make a death roll.
Oh, God.
You roll your stamina, can't push, or use stress dice. If the death roll fails, you are dead.
Wow. Okay. Stamina. I think that's just straight strength for me.
Okay.
All right. Here goes. Twice off the table. I'm getting a new dice. Sorry.
Okay. Alistair, either way, keep the roll in secret.
Okay. I will message you on Zoom.
Rick, it's your turn.
Okay, so I think Rick looks, sees Alistair. Did you fell down into the water, right?
Yes. Pass the drone.
Okay. Past the drone. So I think he looks like goes over to the railing, looks down, sees that. I'm not aware of the guy up above, from what I can tell. Because I don't, unless did Gigi or Spencer say anything about the guy up above?
I think
Or not?
Gigi specifically said there's a jerk up there.
Okay, that's right. So I think seeing that down, he's not a medic, but I do have a gun. So I'll shoot my pistol up at the drone handler.
Awesome. Okay. That's a fast action. If we're getting a technical, you could aim for a slow.
I don't think I'm quite that great, so I'm just gonna do a fast action. So I got 4 dice. I agility. I have no range combat. Do I take any penalties?
No, not to my
Okay,
knowledge.
great. Thanks. 2 successes
Okay,
Oh.
and then the damage I believe on a pistol is
is 1. Yep.
doesn't have any armor.
And there was, it did said bonus +2. I don't remember what that's about.
That would have added to
That's
your
what-
attack roll. So what, you want to roll those two? If you can
2
up your
additional
damage?
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he had a spine.
No, I did not. I got just the 2 successes.
Okay, but plus the base damage of your pistol is substantial.
No.
That's a lot of damage. Looking up, you pop off a couple rounds. The first couple miss, and then all of a sudden you kind of see the spark of your last shot hitting the goggles that he wears. If you haven't shot him in the head, you at least like cracked his head back, and you see like glass like, glittering down the cylinder. And the guy immediately hangs limp in his harness, and the drone falls in a heap and actually starts tumbling down after Alistair.
Ah!
Not to crush up, but
And there goes his spine again.
but they're both like floating in the water.
Ooh.
Do we both see that? Like, are we able to be near? Like, is Gigi and I near them?
Yeah, that's a awesome picture of. We can end combat there. Fine with that. And Gigi and Spencer, you guys sort of like slide down the ladder, just kind of catching up to Alistair where he falls into the water,
Ah,
floating in his compression suit.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're like looking out, looking around, and then just comes down, like afraid that he's gonna get shot.
Yeah, no, the body hanging in its harness does
Right.
not move.
Okay.
well, is he okay? Like, I go towards Alistair. I don't want to shake him. Like,
I'm about to go face down.
I think Spencer is smart enough to know not to smack or shake somebody who fell down stairs.
Spitting water.
Oh, he's alive!
Alistair, you're in your suit, are you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in like a helmet. You're in like an enclosed spacesuit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I imagine us having our helmets off, but
Oh, then I'll go. You okay, Alistair?
or you know, but
You can just talk to him. We should have gone to medical.
Oh, was that a choice?
I'm
Was that a
I'm-
choice?
I can't feel my legs.
At the very
Uh-oh.
least, Spencer, we're gonna say you flip him over onto it, like so he's floating on his back, because the compression suit does float in the water. So you got Alistair like on his back, like you're holding him aloft, maybe in the water, while everyone else presumably catches up.
Well, good news, your legs are still there.
Yeah. Can't feel my arms either.
Good news again.
They're still there. Does anybody? This is not Gigi, but does anybody have the medical aid skill or?
I think our doctor would, wouldn't they?
Oh, shit.
Doctor, what's his name? What was his name?
Simon Says?
Simon Says.
Simon says, yeah.
I took
Sayers.
first aid. Yeah.
I just would assume, but I don't see Dr. Sayers right now.
Because above table, the bread bag I have is not going to help. We need like specific medical supplies.
Yeah, for a critical injury. Yeah, he must have nicked my spinal column. Doesn't hurt. That's the great part. Doesn't hurt. But just
Well, thinking
Gonna need-
positive. I like
gonna
that.
need someone to carry me out of here.
Or should I go get some medical supplies? Bring them back?
I just kind of like look at GG and I look at Spencer. So, Alistair.
How's it going, Rick?
It's been better. There's been better days. That looks pretty bad, man.
Does no one have any first aid? Like,
Medical
I
aid
have 0 in
zero.
There's
medical
a there's
aid.
a kit on my bag. If you look in my
Oh, you have a
satchel
medical
there.
kit?
oh yeah,
I,
let's go to the supply bag. I'll roll the 5 dice.
I have a no, I have one in my gear actually from
Oh,
I think
Oh,
from
We
my
need, I,
starting gear.
okay.
I
But
think we need
does
a surgical kit though for
Yeah,
first aid.
it's not a band-aid, that's for sure.
just
does
slap a band-aid on there, you'll be fine.
does anybody have any? I mean, out of character, do any of us have medical training? Because I don't.
I have
No,
a point in it, but I'm not the one who's going to be doing this.
I have no points of medical aid.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that means Alistair, you can.
We need a
I'm
med
getting
pod.
like Saving Private Ryan like flashback. Like you can walk them through like what to do.
I'm going to point out that was Giovanni Ribisi
Yeah.
that ended up being the one who was like took it for the team
Well,
there.
Yeah.
which one of us do you want us to work on you?
I can do it.
That's the one I would have chosen, to be perfectly honest.
First, you got to get me out of the water. This is going to get infected.
Should I just like lift you up, like what? Or should I like somehow?
What?
How
Do
should
we
I
have
do
a
that, sir?
do we have a bracing board? Can we
Maybe like
find,
yeah, carry me like
Are there any like
drag
are there any
me for
like
starters. Yeah.
planks in the water? Like
I have a deployable shelter in the bag. Would that float? I can put 'em in it.
You take from the deployable shelter maybe like the spines of like the tent, and Spencer, maybe you jury rig like parts like you take like there's like drone guts everywhere, so you start like grabbing like wire
Yeah.
work and start like
Iron Man.
like lacing together like wires onto like
Oh,
the,
this time I actually do fix something like really quickly. I actually do it.
So, and then like using like the tent fabric and drone parts and all that, you put together I picture like what do you call it, like the stretcher.
A stretcher, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a lifeguard, so this is what I'm thinking of. Like
Yeah.
what I did, like, all right, do that.
Okay.
Okay, first you got to get me to drag round.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
Then
now
you got to
your-
find the really big syringe.
Now your options through Spire South is, remember, you guys are already aware of like the industrial laundromats, the I'm picturing like a restroom / public shower, kind of like a gyms,
Mhm.
or like a locker room kind of thing, or the communal quarters, I believe affectionately referred to as Crate's End,
Ooh.
like coffin
Oh.
motel kind of a deal.
I don't know if that's a great place for Alistair to go to.
Why wouldn't we take him to the medical place?
Well, that's a little far.
You have to go through Spire North.
But he needs I've seen these injuries. He needs a med pod or a auto doc.
Hmm.
I was
Auto dock would be really great right now. But
Maybe
is there much that can be done with the med kit with me telegraphing to them?
You'll be stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean I think we gotta stay on. Do we know
So I have to keep rolling death saves.
on Heliostat, is there an auto dock in the mid bay if we went in that direction? Because I agree, out of character, that's like already I'm like, how do we say goodbye to Alistair? Like, well, we leave.
Easy, shut the door and
Right, exactly.
roll me up.
Now,
oh no, roll you over. Oh, that's so morbid.
as long as we're out of character, I want to point out that I redid drones to give them like the D6 attack table, and their only like instantly fatal thing was a 6, and the first thing I roll was this. So
I blame
just
you.
shit luck for Alistair.
I blame you.
Okay, well, your options
Okay.
as you know them. You're on the precipice of Spire South. You know your options are the Coffin Motel area, which was sort of barricaded and like the scene of some combat or violence. Rick, I believe you remember from the cameras. To help you
Right.
remember. there's the industrial laundromat, and then the large locker restroom shower. Or you could try your luck going up to Spire North, which you know is
Yeah, but that way leads to the medical and R&D area. So looking at
Well, one of those might have some medical supplies too. I'm just thinking. I don't know.
I mean,
I
it's like really the
Mm.
only adult other than Rick in the room is Spencer, huh?
the situation is urgent.
Right.
I know what Alistair rolled on his death save, and I'm gonna be calling for another one.
All right.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
oh no.
no.
I'm sorry.
This is also close to the point where I actually have to in real life again. So, so I'll either pass out sooner or worse.
So, I mean, out of character, Kevin, what are your thoughts here? Because
Out of character, I think Kevin should make the call. Yeah.
I think you have to make the call because, like, I don't. What do you want to do?
I mean, I know Alistair wants to live. He wants.
What do you want to do?
Badly not to die in this station, but not wanting to put the party in more danger than we already are. I think seeing what we've seen, I don't think any part of the station is less dangerous than where we are now, right? Or you know what I mean? What I'm saying, like it's all.
Do you want us to try to get him to
You
the
want us
auto
to-
dock?
Yeah.
Well, is there one in the hauler, maybe?
Or do you want
Push
Gigi
through?
to do her video game doctor skills and try and patch you up?
First aid is an empathy roll.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I don't know if Gigi's got
Empathy? She's a kid. No.
Where's empathy? Empathy is where?
one of the attributes.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
I don't see
First aid is empathy.
empathy.
She has a 2. She has a 2. So it's not 0.
Oh, I'm dumb.
It's like
Empathy. It's
the
on the
main-
left.
Yeah.
I was looking at the actual skills.
But what is it
Sorry.
attached to?
It's medical aid.
Medical
attached
aid
to-
is empathy.
Yeah, I think medical aid is what's needed, though. Like the
yeah,
actual
so
skill.
but you wouldn't be rolling like agility plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are we ruling that the medical roll would just to make me stop rolling death saves?
Yeah,
Stabilization will be an empathy roll.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't do it, guys. She can't.
All right. Rick surprisingly has a 3 in empathy.
But do you have a
Most of them-
medical aid, though? I think you actually need the
I
medical
don't.
aid skill.
That's the problem. I don't.
But
do not
can
have
Alistair try and talk to him through it?
Yeah. So
for about another 30 seconds. Yeah.
you can roll a skill even if you don't have any points. You just roll just
Right.
the attribute.
Right.
Mhm.
But Alistair will
So-
give you the teamwork benefit of 1 die.
Right.
This will be
So-
I think that's what he'll do. Yeah, he's gonna
Right.
grab your hand and just be like,
Right.
Well,
I
he's
don't-
gonna
I don't
try.
want-
he's gonna
wanna
think about
die.
grabbing your hand.
Right. Well, I think he says it with his eyes, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to die thing. So I think Rick is doing the whole hands on his head, looking at everybody, just like, oh man, I don't want to be a leader anymore. So
I'm so not qualified for this.
all right.
So we're
And-
gonna stabilize him right here in the water?
I would yes.
Okay. Okay.
Is there a cryo
You
chamber?
rolled a success.
I got
Ah!
1 success.
So nuts to go in anywhere. Rick, you say I'm gonna do it right here, and you start stabilizing Alistair on the spot.
I don't feel like we can move him. I think that's the thing is you don't move people with spinal injuries. And yeah, I know because stabilizing, right, to me is trying to get
This
him
is as cushy as it's gonna
transportable.
get, yeah.
Right. It's about getting him transportable, not about opening his spine, because I can't do anything with that.
Okay, so you fashion you have 1 success.
Right.
You fashion a makeshift brace with stuff you
right.
have, and
Like basically a back brace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Even less.
Find a sedative for Alistair.
Right.
So Alistair drifts off. Hopefully not forever.
Right.
giving
Rip.
Kevin a smooth out for tonight.
That's actually perfect.
Incredible. Well,
You did this on purpose. You broke his spine on purpose. You're like, I'm just gonna kill him right now.
I'm
And
gonna
then
kill you
One
guys.
chance.
That's Matt. That's Matt.
So Alistair is stabilized and will require 3 to 6 days to recover with constant care.
Ooh. Hope you roll
Or-
a 1.
all right.
We
3 to
find an
6
auto
days.
dock and it just magically solves the problem.
Or we'll find
'Cause,
magical healing, yeah.
Cryo
This is
chamber.
great. This is really. Well, yeah. Sorry to become the luggage y'all, but I gotta bounce. And this has been really, really fun.
Bye, Kevin.
I had no idea it was gonna go this way. Awesome.
Neither did I. Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Have an
All
excellent
right.
night.
See you, man.
Awesome.
Bye, Kevin.
Catch you.
Catch y'all soon.
Okay. I can keep playing for actually I don't have the card.
Spencer wants to, if we're still going, he wants to go up to the guy that was just killed. And he wants to take that device.
One
It's
I
a-
shot.
Yeah, add a
He wants to take the remote control device of the dude.
add a broken drone control device.
It's broken?
I shot it.
Womp.
I thought you shot his head.
I'm
You
through
shot
the
Well,
device.
through the
it's
goggle.
goggles.
I'm gonna start fiddling with it.
Of course you are.
Yeah, they could probably be repaired.
And then I want
the man
that-
who
I
was
want
wearing
that
it cannot
drone.
be repaired.
Are you sure? We just fixed Alistair.
Oh, I don't care about him. I like shove him to the side.
So, all right. So Rick kind of sits down on one of the platforms. You know, we had talked about there being like that platform that we were on. He kind of sits down. He's like looking at Alistair that's passed out with a back brace. Looks at Gigi. She's not going to be of any help here. Looks at Spencer.
Hey, look what I
at
found.
looks at Gigi. And it's just like, what? So, Spence,
Yeah.
we got to get this guy up to the med bay. There might be an auto dock there.
Well, so I'm a little bit ahead of you. I was gonna try and send this guy up there first and see if we can scout it ahead. But you shot it. So I'm gonna have to try and
Are you-
fix it in order to do this. You know?
You know how usually like Rick is yelling at Spencer for like unrealistic things? Like you shot it like
This is the time I get to do this shit. So
I think Rick's mouth was like, "Yes, I saved you, ass." Okay.
Gigi and I were fine. But no, he doesn't say that actually.
We slid right by it.
But he's gonna start like trying to fiddle with it somehow, see if there's a way that he's able to like. I know it's like in disrepair, but if it's shot through, but maybe somehow salvage some wires or find some parts around or something like that.
Yeah, are we talking about doing this right here in the soggy stairwell?
No,
Okay.
in the well, he wasn't in the soggy stairwell, the dude, right?
Yeah, he was at the top
up
of it.
above us.
He was at the top, so it's not
He's in
wet
it
there,
now.
right?
Well, everything is wet here.
Oh, never mind.
But the that's not like it's not like the equipment is gonna fail because of
I
it.
won't get shocked,
Right.
is what I'm asking.
Right.
No.
Then yes, I'm gonna try and do it as we're like talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like we're taking like a little bit of a break in the soggy stairwell,
Yeah.
which is now the official.
Is
name
that
for this.
okay? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if
I'm just-
anybody
I'm
else is feeling to go somewhere else.
I mean, our only other option that I'm aware of is to go back into the entrance from Tree.
Yeah, because I don't know what's up north, and I'm nervous. Because if we're gonna go, like, the only logical place that is the medical
Right.
place, which is past the North Spire to help him.
Right. I think part of the problem we're going to run into is we're all kind of sitting here and you're playing.
Yeah.
around, is that like we got to swim through the water is coming from the North Spire. I mean, I almost hate to say it, but it feels like we need to maybe put him in the airlock
Oh,
and then investigate that water. Maybe we can stop the water and then, or I don't know.
they like
At
drain
least-
it?
Well, I mean, I don't know much about heliostat itself. I mean, that's partly why I was here to learn about the place. But that water's got to be coming from something, right? I mean, it's space, right? It's only going to have the water we brought with us. It's got to be
Yeah.
recirculating through the system somewhere.
Huh. Yeah, you are smart.
Okay, so Alistair is going to be stashed in the airlock.
I don't like that.
Also,
But no,
I do feel
I
compelled
understand.
to, as long as we're doing a little bit of housekeeping, I think everyone should gain hella stress from Alistair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like hella or just one?
Just
We're just a little stressed.
A point of stress. Or is that, am I thinking of Mothership? I'm like confusing it now. How do you get it with Alien? How do you get stressed with Alien?
usually by
Whenever.
pushing a roll, sometimes by mechanical things like auto firing a gun, taking damage, deprivation.
Or stressful situation.
GM Fiat is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
encounter certain creatures or locations or assuming situations. So I just think a point of
Right.
stress.
Okay.
As
I mean, it
everyone's
seems right.
as everyone's like everyone's situation gets worse.
Mhm.
Right.
Gigi would just be wondering out loud, like, you know, how he's spoiled and on her ships. There's like auto docks and med pods, and she's like, "Are you sure there's no auto docks on the ships here? Like, what? I'm sure my papa would not have a ship without these devices on it." And she's looking at Rick for confirmation.
Well, yeah, and Rick just probably gives you that like little bit of side eye, kind of like, I don't know what the over under is on an auto dock perspective. And what I can see is Papa hasn't been pushing a lot of maintenance funds in this direction. Operating expenses, dear, they're costly.
How diplomatic.
Hmm.
Spencer, the drone control rig cannot be repaired. You need tools and like
Thought I could throw my wrench at it.
it's fixed.
Well, I'm gonna put it in my pocket though.
Okay. So
Or my
Alistair is
bag.
stashed in the airlock. He will die unless he's tended to again soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's stable, but he's not.
What is soon?
I'm talking hours.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking mechanically this means you guys are going to explore a little bit more and then probably head back to the hermit, picking him up along the way.
That's sounding
Does the Hermes have a medical bay?
It has a
Like
med
that?
bay. It's
Like an auto dock?
but
It does not.
It has the stuff you'd need to like he rolled 3d6 days of recovery, and as long as someone is tending him, it ticks down the days.
Hmm.
Is how I would.
He has
Again,
a broken neck.
Read the rules. Continuing our theme of learning as we go.
Hey,
Mhm. We do have
so
the
is our
power
audience
loader.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, strap him in the power loader. He's good to go.
Yeah, Iron Man. Let's turn him into Iron Man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, so Alistair's in the airlock, and you guys can go maybe looking for an auto dock or a means to find an auto dock before heading back to the hermit. Truly take care of him.
Is there anything else on that man that Rick killed? Anything of note?
Yeah, actually, as I'm assuming at some point you guys like take him down from his harness and like really start patting him down. He is covered in head to toe tattoo work.
Hmm.
I would describe the tattoos as both homemade and draconian in theme. To be like scales.
Cool.
The most prominent tattoo he has is a big like serpent-like circle on his chest. It's some sort of spined, chitinous, snake-like circle. I think you guys truly understand design of this.
Yes.
Out of character.
Shitness.
Yeah.
Chipotle?
So
What did you say?
xenomorph.
Yeah, out of character.
I don't understand.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Does he have a card of any kind, or like the doctor had?
No card, but he does have a military grade pistol on him.
You would like that.
Okay.
Can I take Alistair's shotgun?
Sure.
Well, no. Maybe he should keep it.
Can't use it.
Well, he can't use it though.
He
Yeah.
can't use it, yeah.
He can't use it.
He also
But
literally couldn't stop you from taking it.
In case you want to end
I'll just
it,
take this
Alistair.
one.
Give me a thumbs down if you.
Blink hard if you want to die.
How many blinks? Or no?
In addition, you find a soggy, waterlogged journal, and as the ink is literally like running out of it, you find an entry about how he is. I'm paraphrasing. He is elated to have been chosen as one of the worthy, and he will be ascending a matter of days.
Well, he didn't quite ascend.
Mm-hmm. So you said it was just like a pistol, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Military grade, if that makes sense.
Is that Magnum or pistol service? Like, what is that?
I'm looking over our options.
There's a couple semi-automatics. She's not a Marine, so maybe
I
just
think it
something
would
simple.
just be a service pistol. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking it while Rick is not paying attention.
There's not quite as many weapon options. There's enough. But I thought by saying
All right, so we've got him. We've patted down the drone operator. We've got Alistair stashed in the airlock, and we need to kind of find this medical bay. I mean, Rick is kind of squatted down back against the wall, kind of hunched over. I imagine the water is kind of dripping down his face. He's not even moving his head. He's just looking at Gigi and Spencer with his eyes. And it's just that sense of like, okay, we gotta move. We gotta get going. If he's gonna stand any chance, we gotta get to that medical bay, which means that we gotta go up and then swim across whatever's going on in North Console, the concourse, to even get to the bay and see if there's something up there. And we got to do that probably in 1, maybe 2 hours, so that we can turn around and come back. And if we don't make it back, he's probably dead.
Let's go.
All right. I hate to say this, but Gigi, I think you need to lead the way.
Oh, they were going to say I should stay here because it's dangerous, but okay, yeah.
Just go slow. Keep your eyes open.
She's already gone.
Yeah. And there
she already popped her heels to skate upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, that's my I hate.
It's like a reverse TikTok.
Hold on, not the way you've been rolling.
I can't find this shotgun in the weapons or whatever.
You should the Demiplane digital character sheet's actually pretty sweet. You guys should check it out.
I actually.
Oh really?
It's the pump action. It's a +2, and damage is 3.
Pump action something?
Airmat model 3780
Oh.
on page 122 our book.
I'll find it in a minute.
The only thing you need to know it's a +2.
Oh,
and
I found it.
Okay, so Gigi.
I was looking for shotgun, not pump action thing.
Yeah, they don't actually call it a shotgun. Okay, so you reach the doors that open to Spire North. Um, and again, you have to cycle through a set of airlocks. And you guys enter the airlock. It closes behind you, closing you off from the spire. And then when they open on the other side, water immediately floods in. And you guys are all wearing suits.
Hmm.
Okay. Um,
And now I know why you wanted us to take him off. Nice.
you guys were gonna go south. You don't need spacesuits for this. I really feel like I'm. No, the more I do this, the less you guys are gonna believe.
There is not an enemy past this
You
wall.
don't need a pilot. You're fine.
Don't worry, I won't break your necks.
You guys don't need necks for this.
Necks are not important to this campaign.
Um.
So water comes rushing out of
Thank you.
the
Yes.
door at us.
But otherwise it opens up, and because you guys are in suits, you're able to like, I guess like underwater walk your way through this. And you
It's
are,
that deep.
yeah, and you are
Oh.
in the lower half of a 2-tier like shopping mall.
Ooh.
It's an
Ah.
air supply check.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna give you a little bit more before calling for that. In addition, you can hear the staticky repeating voice of like automated announcements talking about how this level is compromised and you need to evacuate immediately.
Please find the nearest exit at your local convenience.
Exactly,
Thank you.
but staticky and waterlogged.
Blah, 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 blah.
There are also clear signs of like battle damage on this level. I'm picturing like there are like the raised garden beds, you know, with and trees, but all this is underwater now. But even those, you can see like bullet holes and like the stonework or the tile work and stuff like that.
Any bodies floating in the water, that type of thing?
I was getting there. Yeah, there are bodies floating around in the water.
If
Clearly,
oh, you continue. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
I
Because
just had an idea.
who have died by violent means. All the stores on this level have been closed off by like emergency like grating that has come down. But you can see as you're standing like at the bottom of this pool, essentially at the upper level, there's
Sephora.
directions for like a market, a park, and a chapel, and the directions to go towards R&D and medical.
Oh, nice.
And then also towards command.
Is there if this is like a mall, is there like a "You are here" sign? A mall kiosk thing?
As a matter of fact, there is. You'd have to like walk even further into this level of the mall, but there is like that kiosk still standing there under the water.
I wonder if there's a medical dock somewhere on the mall kiosk.
Maybe like
pod?
a clinic somewhere.
Or a pod or something, or clinic, or
yeah,
medical supply store. I don't know.
Urgent care.
Urgent care.
Like an urgent care?
Ooh,
Okay, yeah.
Patient first.
Okay, so you guys walk over to the kiosk, and as a matter of fact, one of the submerged areas of the mall is a urgent care clinic.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's one of the in fact, I'll add a pointing at my monitor a tile for it.
Nice.
While you guys make your air supply roll.
Oh,
Go
sweet.
get it.
Is there a Starbucks?
There's always a Starbucks.
There is a cafe.
Jamba
Yeah.
juice.
Nice.
Jamba juice.
He's gonna get double espresso.
That's the
Ooh, I got a failure.
I only
Doing
have
good on my dice.
three dice left.
Me too.
I only have 2 dice left.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Too much espresso.
My tank must be bottomless. Or I'm breathing better than you guys.
Yeah,
Weird.
somehow you're the one that's not stressed out, and we are.
You just killed a
Apparently.
man.
Yeah, you just
He had it coming. I killed a man to watch him die.
right. Do the
Part of
does the
my
does the map work for you
transference.
guys?
What do you
The
mean?
map?
It's easy enough for you guys to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where we are.
See what connects to where we are.
Oh, and I see the medical clinic. Gotcha.
And under
Oh,
is
there's a park.
There is.
okay. So you guys just it's a matter of, but again, the clinic is on this level. So as you look up from the kiosk, you can kind of see it in the hazy, watery distance, and you can see even from here that the emergency barrier has come down. Whether or not those are watertight is determined.
I do have a cutting torch, but I don't know how well cutting torches work underwater.
They do.
They do work underwater.
Oh, well, I relay that to the party, like, hey, I doubt anyone's in there if it's down and underwater, but the problem is water will go in there
Hmm.
unless what?
Go up to the second floor and we cut across. Then we can come down through
Through
the
the roof?
Oh, cut through the roof. Ooh.
Sounds fun.
So what's directly above the medical clinic?
At the Sephora?
Is it
the
the Jamba
security
Juice?
store. It's the security office.
Oh no.
It's manned with 15 cultists. you
It's
know.
all the secrets to the adventure store.
It's the chapel.
It's not the chapel. It's a an exchange store.
Exchange.
Oh. Oh.
It's like where all the
Oh.
ATMs are.
That's even worse.
Is
It's gonna have
that worse?
alarms and stuff.
Well,
So
I
we're gonna
don't-
go into a bank and not break into the bank. We're gonna break into the patient first.
How to describe this? I know what to do. Keep going. What's the plan, guys?
I mean, if that's what you want to do,
Ocean's 11.
and there might
Well,
be actually like stairs that lead to it, because emergency facilities have things connected,
I
right?
think the sure.
I don't
Sure,
know. I'm just thinking of malls.
I can
Every
just-
room is connected somehow.
can definitely say, our benefactor definitely invested all of his money correctly in this station. Loving it. Glad to be bringing it back online.
No.
Anyway, the only thing I guess, Spencer, is that we can't go flood in the med bay. I mean, this clinic it's this or go hunt down that medical R&D bay. So like we can't risk. I don't even. I mean, can we see? I guess if we go up to you said there's is it got a window? I mean, can we go like put our So it's like on the off chance that we're lucky, and the damn thing is hermetically sealed. I mean, it is. I mean, it is a space station. If Lachlan, his name's Lachlan, right?
That's the guy who sent you here. Yeah. Lachlan.
Yeah. If Lachlan put even the barest amount of I'm losing track of the fact that like I'm talking right in front of GG. If Lachlan even put any money into thought with his head at all, then these all should be able to be hermetically sealed in the event that there's a hull breach, right? So like there's a chance that there's no water in there, and if we go cutting through the door, we're gonna ruin our only chance to get Alistair some aid.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even gonna have an auto dock, but at least maybe we can stabilize him enough so that he's not gonna die in the next 24 hours.
A chance for a chance of it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So
then we
let's
have
go to that bank. Is that underwater?
No, the bank is
No,
not.
it's on the second floor.
Well, see, things are looking up.
Literally, as you guys.
We just gotta find the bank. And how many cultists are up on that second floor?
Well, that's the part.
Yeah.
Lot to find out.
Okay.
Let's rob the bank.
You guys swim up, and I'm picturing it's just a matter like I picture like again like a mall. You have to like grab and like climb the railing that would like keep going to the first level.
Yeah,
Oh.
Climb over it. I'm
we're
gonna
at
call
the
for
bank.
one more air supply roll as you guys like assessed this like the clinic from outside.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
roll I'm gonna roll all ones, and my air supply is just gonna go.
I'm
Oh
okay.
no. Gigi's rolled 2 ones.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
She's out of air, but above the second floor, it's out of the water, right?
Yep.
Right.
So
Just as you pop out, you go gurgle, gurgle. Psst.
yeah, one of your tubes came loose and you
Uh-oh. Gigi, maybe there's one in the bank.
I guess we gotta go forward now.
Well, we do.
you when you break the water and like climb onto the second level, you now and you take your helmets off. You hear the repeating like alert messages. There is compromised. Please proceed to nearest exits.
You know,
Walk, don't run.
if I lived here, I would go crazy hearing that all day.
From here, like outside the bank area and looking up and down like the walkways, the entryway to the chapel is completely defaced with like engine grease that has been used as paint. Whole entryway has been done over. Black Icarus, goopy looking stuff. But for the moment, you guys seem to be.
Well, is the door open to the bank?
It is.
Well, let's go into the bank. Or at least look and see if there was here or whatever, if there's anybody in
There's
there.
not much to be said for it. Again, it's just sort of like like you go through the entryway and into like a short hallway that's lined with ATMs and another means to like wire money across the stars, etc., etc. Spencer, I think with a clever roll, you could get started on hacking your way through the right side.
I don't know how much sound this might make. Is there a way we could shut the bank from the inside?
Smart. Like, hey, good idea. I'll Rick will go work on that because I was gonna take up a position to keep an eye out anyway.
I think with a Comtech roll, you could spoof the.
Well, I tend to be pretty good at those.
Yeah.
You don't just want to give it to me?
Yeah, I
I'm
will.
joking.
Yeah, let me just give it to you.
Well,
Yay!
I was joking, but okay.
You're right. I'm getting into a bad habit with it's probably actually trivial to like pop the panel off and like cut the right wire.
Unless you have an interesting failure state. I mean, because an interesting failure state could be like if we could get it shut, but then we can't get it back open.
I don't, and I appreciate you actually bringing that up. So thank you. If you're cool with just closing the gate.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will say the gate closes kind of quickly, and loudly.
Of course.
Okay.
Making you wonder or maybe really hopeful that you are alone. But either way, after that noise, presumably you can peace.
And we have now no visibility out to the hall based on how the other doors were so we are okay. I am still I think Rick will still post up at that entryway. I mean, he kind of does the whole like crouch dejected thing that he was doing out in the hall to just wait and watch like Spencer do his job.
I guess I'll start cutting away. Would that be heavy machinery?
I think so.
Okay.
Rick, the last thing I want to tell you is that when the gate does come down, there is like a pneumatic sealing, like sealing it, and gives you maybe a glimmer of hope that.
Yeah, totally.
So I'll be rolling 10 dice.
Now, Spencer, I do have an interesting fail state in mind for this one. So.
Okay, and one of them is a stress dice. So.
You have a cutter?
I have a cutting torch.
Okay.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and no failures.
Okay, So stunts with heavy machinery. One, you succeed. Um, the task takes half the time, so you do it quickly. And you act quietly.
Okay. Maybe I didn't
And
need to do the thing.
and you also, as you cut through, I guess, like the bulkhead of like the floor,
I
you
don't
are
know, it's
able to sort
machinery.
of like gain like an understanding of how like some of the conduits and wiring and stuff is done on the station.
Ooh,
So you will get a +1 bonus to do any other sort of heliostat remodeling.
cool. All right, I'm writing that somewhere.
Yeah.
+1 stat.
Nice.
And you are able to cut a hole big enough for at
Remodel.
least Gigi to slip through.
Yeah, and then I'll ask Gigi to start. Hey, give it a second. It's hot. But when you go down there, look. Hopefully there's no water. I hope you find something good.
Well, I mean, we have a flashlight. Can we see if there's water down there or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gigi, you shine your light through there, and it is kind of hard to do because it's a further drop, like maneuver through all this stuff than you think. So that I would think of. There isn't no water, but it's only like ankle deep.
Okay. All right. She'll make her way down, monkey bar it down there.
Okay. Drop down into a pretty standard, as far as like universes,
Mhm.
kind of walk-in clinic.
Okay, sweet. So she's gonna look for two things: the auto dock or the med pod, and some oxygen because she's out.
Good call.
The oxygen
Smart.
is easy to find. There's like whole shelves of oxygen tanks for in case of
Nice.
emergency.
All right, she'll probably take at least one more for somebody else.
Okay.
Alistair's low, right? Or somebody might need it.
Let's roll a
Uh,
d6, and we can add that much air supply to the whole group. You know, like
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
divide it up.
nice. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Phew. 5.
Wow.
5 charges to distribute.
I always, is that in addition to GG being full, or is that including?
Yeah, Gigi can top off, and then everyone,
Right.
then Spencer and Rick can share 5 points.
Okay. How much do you need?
I am at 3.
So am I. So we can both take 2, and then there's still 1 left.
We can bank one for Alistair if he survives.
So we're back to 5 air supply.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay.
then in the far back,
Oh no.
like
Some
you have to
med
like you have to navigate a surprising amount of like turns and like not secret, but stuff.
Uh,
You do come across.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
it's an Autodesk. It's portable. Okay, sweet.
No, it's not portable. It's the thing you'd plug Alistair into, and it would stitch up his.
Oh, yeah, because I think an Autodock is portable, but a med pod is not.
Sorry,
right?
I'm thinking MedPod is the word I'm thinking of.
Okay,
It's
then
the thing from Promethean. You
Prometheus, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
that's a med pod. Yeah.
However, requires the right account to operate. Not just anyone can take a seat.
Well,
Give me
Well,
5 minutes with it.
Well, we need Alistair here anyway, right? It's like
Right.
we found it, but we need to bring him here.
Wouldn't we have like account stuff because we're
I have
in the system?
well,
Maybe, I don't know.
Then we could hack it.
I have a transmit card with corporate clearance, but I don't know if that'll help. But
We
yeah,
got
we'll
this.
hack it. We'll get it. I'm not.
All right, then
I'm
Gigi will look.
I'm gonna make it my bitch.
I mean, we're gonna have to bring Alistair here anyway, right? At some point.
I have another question.
Yep.
Is there anything below the medical clinic? Like, could I cut our way through the medical clinic and end up somewhere else?
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry, Matt.
No, it's
It's
okay.
just like I'm digging through this space station.
Like a Pathfinder.
Come on, give it to me.
Only because but only because I described this as above and below, and you are.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta give it a shot.
But I think this does open the door to like you could go into like the chapel and down or the park and down.
So we know that there's ways to get into other places.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Just you've already reached the bottom of fire.
You go to Gina. All right.
Yeah.
China.
All
Okay.
right. So we're gonna have to bring Alistair back here, but if that's the case, then Gigi's gonna look for one more thing, and we'll keep it private.
Okay. Is this Gigi saying like, "Oh, I'll just wait here for you guys to lower down Alistair"?
Well,
No,
we gotta go back and get him.
she's gonna have to come back with them, right?
Well, I
Unless
was
if you-
thinking of while she's looking, I'm making the hole bigger for us.
Yeah, in my head, this was the first thing Spencer does is cut a hole big enough for Gigi, and then Gigi goes through, and Spencer finished cutting
Oh,
both
gotcha. So
sides.
he is gonna keep cutting the hole. Okay, gotcha.
Because you're gonna have to fit a guy in a gurney through this.
Okay,
But we
well,
won't
would
make
it?
Spencer roll because he dialed on it.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I mean,
Four.
what do you guys think?
I
Would you
had
guys
four.
leave her here, or would you bring her back with you?
Um, I cannot imagine that Rick would just leave her here. Plus,
No, we're not leaving Gigi.
there's only the three of us at this point, so I cannot imagine unless she makes some big issue about it.
No, I don't think she would. I mean, if the water is rising, she would not stay here.
So
She's freaked out because she lost her air supply. So would she get another stress when she ran out of air?
Sure. I appreciate
Okay.
you self-nominating that kind of stuff.
good call.
It's hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah, she's at 4 stress, so she would not stay here by herself.
Right. All right. I mean, I think it's an issue of wait, because Rick certainly Rick's had it as we're sitting here, and you're cutting out the bigger space. It's really like I think Rick, it's going to require our Spence. You and I are going to have to carry and manipulate Alistair through this whole space, and then
We got this.
GG. I mean, let's God help us if there's any cultists nearby, but
I have a gun now.
I have a shotgun.
and that's where Rick was like reaching for his gun to give it to Gigi, and then I have a gun. Like, of course you do. Of course.
I like this little
Of course
lady.
he did.
She's just full of tricks.
Okay. So everyone's back up on the bank. Gone over your arms. How do you go about opening the emergency gate? Are we also gonna hand wave like that's trivial or?
Well, I think it's trivial, but it's really up to you, Matt, because I don't know what the situation is. It closed, right? It came down faster. So was that indicative of a problem or not? No.
No, it wasn't. So, sorry, I'm just kind of thinking out loud on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, but that is, Rick, you like open up the control panel again. You need to like start like contacting the right, and then it. But wouldn't you know it, on the other side is a familiar face.
Whoa. Our
Your
buddy,
old
the
friend
cultist leader.
Alda, yeah, with that same now distinct kind of tattoo work. Now that you saw it on the chest of the drone operator,
Right.
is actually similar to like what he has cut, like sort of interwoven with all the we call them keloid scars on the side of his face. And he has a number of cohorts with him.
Mm-mm.
And he has a surprisingly like relaxed posture when the door opens. Like he's leaning back on like against the railing with his arms over the side, and kind of lackadaisical about the battered pulse rifle in one of his hands. Oh, we meet again.
Oh, that was very nonchalant.
So, I mean, Rick is a little surprised to see him, right? And kind of steps back and kind of tightens his lips and just kind of nods at him, puts his hand on his waist near his pistol, but doesn't like reach for the pistol itself. And it's just kind of eyeing. Like, yeah, looks like we do meet again. Funny you should be here.
I live here. Funny you should be here.
Well, I kind of own the station, So, like, one could argue that I'm your landlord.
My papa owns it.
He makes a point to sort of like, again, it's a heavy pulse rifle, but he's able to like bend his
Right.
wrist to like lift it pointed at you.
Oh,
Feel like you own the station?
no, I mean, it's under negotiation, obviously. I mean,
Let's negotiate then. Start by negotiating you to put your guns on the floor. Nice and
so
I'm a kid. I don't have a gun.
How many people are there,
5,
including him?
including Valdo. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you make one of
do
them like a
not
young
have
teen?
guns. Sorry,
Oh.
go ahead.
Well, I'll just say, could one of the henchmen be like a young, like teen boy that like Gigi's like kind of like staring at?
I love it. Yeah, sure.
Aw.
In fact, he's somehow managed to keep his haircut and like the it's
Ugh.
a half mohawk is like
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
range
was
right now,
thinking the stupid curl.
yeah, he's got the broccoli haircut.
Ugh.
Just like the worst,
300
person
years
to
in the
do.
future, and broccoli haircuts are still all the rage. Yeah.
And Gigi's
That
like,
stupid haircut.
"Hi, I'm Gigi."
In fact, he's with one hand he's got like a crowbar, and the other he's like minding the curl.
Yeah.
It requires constant attention. Oh
No, he does one of these.
Oh, that's what I was gonna go for. Yeah, but, I'm way out. As a
Like
side note,
ignores her.
as a father of a son, I am no boys have ever have cool haircuts, and I'm just so not looking forward to like going through that with my. I don't want to lose lose the moment here though.
Okay.
Balda casually waves his rifle at you guys. Says, "Let's start negotiations by you guys putting your weapons on the floor, nice and
yeah.
snug."
So I'm trying to find. I have the talent take control.
Okay.
And I'm trying to look it up right now, and of course, like the PDF is not searchable at all.
It's your talent.
Yes.
Okay. It's a
Ooh.
company man talent.
It must be.
Take control. You know how to
okay.
make people do what you want, and you don't feel bad about it. You can roll for manipulation using wits instead of empathy.
Oh.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was make sure that it wasn't a thing that I could potentially use it in a situation against an NPC. So I think he tells us to put our weapons down, and I kind of look at Gigi, and I'm thinking I'm going to get fired if something happens to her, and look at Spence. What's Spence doing right now?
He's looking at you, but he's still holding the weapon to see what you do first.
All right, so I think Rick kind of like rolls his neck, his head kind of tilts his neck and everything. And he looks at it. He's like, I am so freaking tired of this. I like since the moment I got on this station, and he just goes like, it's been one damn thing after another. Look, we ain't got time for this. Can we just set this aside and like you just back the F off for just a moment to give us a little bit of breathing room, and then we'll come back and as far as I'm concerned, you can have the damn place. But for now, I need you to get out of the way and just let me like get my people together and get out of your hair. Does that will that work for you, Mr. Did he introduce himself? I can't remember.
Yeah, that work for you, Mr. Valda?
Yeah, does that work for you, Mr. Valda? Because I'm having a really bad day. I just want it to be over.
Ooh. Okay, this feels like a manipulation roll.
That's what I was going for.
And
wits and manipulation.
I'm compelled to give you extra dice to
Ooh.
You've made a solid argument,
6, 8. All right. Well, I get 1. How many extra dice am I getting?
2.
2 extra dice. Well, okay.
And I'm balling together like you have a. I'm looking at like the negotiating position roll plus points for style.
Okay. So I have 1 stress die in there.
Okay.
So, and a bunch of other dice. So I think I'm at like 11 dice with one.
Okay, now it's an opposed roll, so he rolls as well.
Okay.
And I got to pause to look up these stats. They're always very hard to find.
That really sucks. So for the record, I got 1 success on all those dice.
My
I
heart
had
goes out to
11
you.
dice. I got 1 success.
Oh no.
Roll.
Hey, it's better than 0.
It is
Yeah.
better than 0, but it's not super encouraging.
But only Volda's armed, right? The other guys are armed.
Well, they're armed with like clubs, you know.
Yeah, but we have guns and a shotgun.
One of them has a cool haircut.
Well,
One of them
we
has
have
a-
done
That is quite the arm right there.
always feel so bad. This
It's all
NPC
right, man.
page is so hard to find.
We could also stop here and leave it on a cliffhanger. Be
We're
like,
getting,
oh,
we're
shit,
getting
what
there. We're
happened?
getting there. I want to play this. I think
right.
poor Rick deserves to have this play out, and then we'll.
He needs his moment.
Will it work? Will it not?
Does anyone have the PDF open? I wouldn't mind someone helping.
I do, but
I'm on Demi playing. What are you looking for?
NPC stats. Guess I would need a page. The problem, I went through this last time. 214 takes you to like, not the like you'd expect like a list of characters.
What do you want? Like, there's a bunch of them. There's a feral
354.
raider. Feral raider.
350. That's what he is. I found him. Thank you.
Okay. His armor 2.
It was my snakes on a plane moment.
It doesn't look like.
I've never seen.
What would it be? Wits? He has a 1 to wits.
Okay.
He's got tough.
Okay. Rick, you plead your case, and after a long pregnant pause, because the mother needed to look up the stats and roll. After the commercial break, Balda acquiesces by lowering the barrel of his gun. Says, just want to take care of your own. I can understand your position. We will we'll let you have this one. But there's no... The next time I find you, we will be looking for you. We will not hesitate. And with his, again, like I can't overstate how big his hand is.
Right. I imagine it's as big as my head.
Yeah, he does like one of these, and his gathered goons sort of lower their makeshift weapons.
Right.
And his posture relaxes. Make no mistake, company man. This station belongs to the people, the Ascendants. No company's gonna chase us off. And then cradling his rifle like you might carry like a baby, but no hand on the trigger, but
right,
he's just sort of like holds it in his arms.
Right.
He starts walking around the mezzanine level, like following the railing, walking so nonchalantly towards that chapel, which, like, I can't overstate the size of this man. I cannot overstate how gruesome and foreboding the oil painted like entryway into the chapel is. And the whole posse sort of files in and follows him into there, leaving you guys alone. But I am gonna say I think that's a point of stress as the adrenaline comes down. You guys are left like shaking and holding.
Pencil was ready. If you didn't say it, I was gonna suggest it.
And
for everybody or just Rick?
I would think a standoff playing out like this would be a point of stress for just about everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigi's getting nervous.
She's at 5. Well, she's getting stressed out because of that haircut guy.
Oh, dreamy.
He's so ugly.
He didn't even say hi to me. Oh my god.
You can do better.
Not in space.
Okay, and I think I want to play out retrieving Alistair to bring him here.
Can I
and
like
we'll
pat
end it.
Rick on the back and be like, "Whoa,
Did you
I'm
give your
surprised.
thumbs
and
up?
and
You
that's
did
probably
that. That was
that's probably like
whoa.
when he like turns around and he's just like, okay, guys, we need to go.
Whoa.
Are we gonna be able to bring Alistair back? It didn't seem like we could.
In my head
Well-
canon, Spencer pats Rick on the back, and Rick lets out the biggest stress part of his life.
Maybe not a stress part, but no,
Yeah.
but definitely
Or he
like
throws up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throws up in his suit. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, gross.
Ugh, now it just smells in
Well,
there.
no, well done, man. Like honestly,
Good
like
job.
yeah, good job. Even the impartial GM is moved.
Let's get Spencer. Or excuse me, I'm Spencer. Let's get
Alistair?
Let's get
Alistair.
Alistair.
All right, suits back on, and you guys dive into the water.
It's like
You
we're
got
wearing
air.
diving suits. Like, let's go.
Let's see. How about 2 turns of air supply? Swim your way back towards the soggy staircase.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna put on them.
This is 2 air supply, you said, right?
2 rolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll 5 and then roll.
Yep.
Well, my
Good
first
roll.
one's successful. My second one is successful.
I used 1 air supply. Compared to my last time, I'm a little stressed this time. Breathing a little hard.
And Gigi, you're muted. If you were talking.
Well, she ran out of air. That's why you can hear her.
For real?
Well, I'm down 3, so I'm down to 2.
Again?
Whoa! Well, luckily we
Again?
have 1 extra.
First roll was all fine. Second roll, 3 ones.
Ugh.
Okay, and then if I'm speeding through this too fast, let me know.
No.
Get back to the stairwell. Alistair's waiting there. Insert a joke.
Where
here,
was
but
he gonna
yeah.
go?
Yeah.
Did he move?
Yeah, actually, like he's doing a jig until you guys come in, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and he like lays down. Like,
I wanted to get out of work.
Hey!
um,
Gigi's the one that sees that, and she's like, "Your secret's safe with
yeah.
me."
Smart.
Okay, and then you carry the gurney, and then back to the airlock, and I'm gonna roll twice for Alistair. I'm gonna assume he had 4 left. I think it's
Yeah.
another 2 rolls of air supply.
Well, there's
This
a
is where
plus
we-
1.
This is where we lose GG, right?
Well, she's not going to be able to go with you guys then. Even if she took that extra 1 we had, she would be at 3.
No.
So Alistair can make it. I just rolled for him.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
Rick for sure is going to try.
We're rolling 2 more?
Yep, 2 more to make it back out of the water.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And
we're
then we
going
gotta
back to
roll.
the med pod, you're saying?
Right? Are you going? You guys are
Ooh.
going back to
Yeah.
the
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, at minimum,
I am.
Rick is. So I
That guy
rolled
said he
my
was going
first
to
roll.
kill
I did
us.
fine.
But if we don't get
We got to
seen-
take Alistair.
All right. Well, let's see
So-
what happens. Okay, last
All right.
one
I
on the
was-
first.
I was successful. We'll get
I
back
was-
to the.
I had 2 failures on my first roll.
I am out of air again.
Oh no.
So
But
As you-
but if we're at the
but you-
hospital, I can get
Well, I
more,
was
right?
just right. Exactly.
I'm okay. I'm okay with on my second roll.
But maybe to be fair, I should roll to see how much air I find.
yeah, you'll roll a decent air. Yeah.
All right.
But as you guys are somehow nagling Alistair out of the water and like over the railing, there is that Gigi's dreamboat is on like the other side of the mezzanine, sort of like leaning on the railing and watching you guys.
She's losing all her air. I only found one air.
He does that back to you, Spencer. Sort of with a smile in his eyes, if not on his face. He's watching the three of you juggle Alistair over the railing of the bank down into the. I'm assuming Rick tripped the. Yep.
Let's
The
do it
door. I mean,
quietly this time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll try.
Now you're gonna roll. Now you're gonna roll.
Sure. All right. Good. And I think as I'm doing that, you know, I'm walking like the kid across the aisle. Get my feet and dice, two of which are stress dice. Two successes, no failures.
It's fine. You this time you close it quietly.
I mean, I guess as it goes down all the way, I'm kind of watching the kid. Right, exactly, giving him the dad stare.
The dad stare.
All right. And so I guess our session's going to end with you guys sort of sealing yourselves off in the clinic.
Yeah.
We still need the doctor though, right, for the med pod, or can anybody operate it?
Oh yeah, let's go. I thought.
I mean, in that movie, she operated that sucker by herself.
She was a doctor though.
Let's get to that. So,
She was, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah, she was a doctor.
Alistair over to the med pod, and it asks, please present ID.
Fudge, that's right.
Please present ID.
Right. So I mean, I have that corporate card. I will, but it says a transmit card, which I assume was just for communications back to.
They were.
But okay,
Well,
I will.
I'll Colin's card, or
does Gigi have a card?
do I have Colin's
somebody
card?
We have.
No, Alistair.
No, Dr.
Simon.
Simon finds Dr. Reynolds' key card good on any ship. So Simon has Reynolds' card, but Colin's card.
Is
Alistair
Dr.
had
Simon with us?
Isn't that what Alistair found, Matt? He found a key tag on a body. Was that at Collins, or was that somebody else?
He found that Doc Collins did not have an ID card.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why
I thought you said he had an ID card.
That's
Gotcha.
presumably why Doc Collins was killed when walking past the turrets.
All right, then we don't have it.
No, and Simon had Dr. Reynolds' card. So, well, I present my card as like from a corporate perspective and see if it accepts that. If it doesn't, I'll just like hack it or attempt to hack it.
I'm gonna say I'm searching for a reason why this key card would only be good for like this one time it's gonna work. You know.
I'm sorry. What you're trying to determine whether the corporate card would override or not?
Like this one time. I don't want this pod to become like, oh, we'll just go back to the pod and, you know.
Oh,
I have an idea for it to maybe not be a one-time thing. Like, if
well, I think Matt wants it to be a one-time.
Well, I was thinking of like, we're not going out that door. We're gonna go through the water door. And I'll just cut through it.
Okay, I like.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
After we find all the air, as much as we can.
I mean, Gigi has no air at the moment. So.
But hopefully this will fix Spencer. Oh my God, I keep saying Spencer. I'm sorry.
Well, I was actually going to ask, is that our expectation? Is that the auto doc is going, or that the med pod is going to do the surgery or fix him, or is it just going to stabilize him and we got to get to medical?
No, it would fix him.
Fix him.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad to hear the GM say that because.
But I think we still need medical aid, right? So it would have to be Simon, unless we have a doctor. No one else has medical aid, right?
I definitely don't have medical aid.
I want a minute to look at the med pod.
You do your thing.
Mm-hmm. We'll be stealing all the air. We're just doing whippets in the back.
The med pod can be programmed with a simple +2 contact roll, skill level 10.
Oh,
Oh, so you could hack it. Nice.
Well, I got a contact of 3.
And
So
you are trying to spoof the machine with your key item. Signature
with
item?
I had a transmit card that was
Oh,
part of my
okay.
gear
Okay, yeah.
with corporate clearance. I think it was something Lachlan gave me when we
corporate
or that
clearance.
Right.
I like that. Sounds good.
Okay, I got it.
My charge, that's right.
Spencer,
My expense card.
Rick, you slot in the card, and the med pod starts spitting up like on the screen, like it says "Welcome, Mr. Lachlan,"
Mhm.
and then it like turns through a little bit of his medical history. He's overweight, gotta watch his cholesterol, blah blah.
Right.
Typical aging, overworked,
Right. Corporate exec.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
Broken neck.
I was just gonna say broken
Yeah,
neck.
then you're
spinal.
then on the console, like you like circle, you
Right.
dot on the neck and
Right.
it lists like fracture, blah blah.
Right.
And then you slot in Alistair, like you slide him into the machine.
Right.
It closes, and then the machine does like initiating identity verification, and like a little like probe comes up to like it like takes a little dab into like his arm for like a blood sample. Error, non-match.
Right.
Please
All right, well,
insert
that's where-
correct patient.
Please insert correct patient.
That's where I guess I'll do a little bit of hacking and make it believe that this is. It's like, I don't understand why they do it this way. It's like, this card should be letting me access this service for this person. Like, why does it care who's in there? As long as I'm willing to pay, blah blah blah. What difference does it make? Another issue with your daddy there, GG.
Whoa.
You mean Papa?
Yeah, him. All right. So 2 stress dice, 8 dice altogether between wits and content. So it's 10. And no success.
Push it.
Push it.
Yes. Push it.
Bum, bum.
Push it
Alright.
real good.
Yeah.
So adding another die. Up to 3 stress. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not gonna do what I tell you?
Start smacking it.
Stupid ass. 1 success.
Hey,
Awesome.
it's better than none.
Initiating
Oh,
medical
yeah.
procedure, and
Yeah.
the machine starts like rolling Alistair around to like
Right.
cut open the back of his neck, and lasers start like suturing like the
Oh
He's
wow.
screaming in there. Yeah.
No,
Doesn't
he
give
was
him more?
Anesthetic!
Yeah, that's extra.
All right. So I'll talk to Kevin about fixing up Alistair. I'm okay with him coming out of this machine.
have some scars.
Yeah.
Taller.
But as the machine is working, the console, Rick, you see text starts scrolling, initiating executive background review, error, error, corporate privileges rescinded on date, ... And,
Oh
it starts spitting
no.
out that basically Lachlan was fired.
I look over to Gigi real quick and hope that she's like looking for oxygen or something, and don't.
Cut back over to Gigi getting high on whippets.
What are you doing over there?
Spencer's doing it with her.
Her mouth is all frosted.
No, too much. That was too much. Oh,
All right. So
and
so-
actually, the reason Alistair is screaming is because right when morphine was supposed to be administered, machine has like picked up that Lachlan was fired
Oh,
the day he launched you guys.
Oh, what a
nice.
dick.
So the machine is robotically performing surgery on Alistair without.
Ouch. That's
Is this
horrific.
is this what it's like in the future when you don't have medical insurance? You just get no morphine.
Yeah,
See how bad you really want it. Yeah. Oh, that's really dark.
Sorry.
It's really
I
dark.
think
Um, and so I think we're gonna end with on that note.
I think that's a perfect ending.
The
I
secret
do.
reveal that Lachlan is fired.
Yeah.
Ooh.
some lore clarification. Is Lachlan GJ's dad, or I thought it was somebody else? Is it Lachlan?
Yeah,
Or
Lachlan.
okay, he was the guy that was there with the security guy, right?
The big old
The robot
yeah,
dude.
the
The
custom
robot dude.
Android.
robot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Are
Okay.
we gonna wait for
Large,
the XP thing for next time so Kevin can do it? Because since he technically played.
I will walk through Kevin on it separate.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we can do it now. Sounds fun.
Okay.
I like going through the experience point stuff.
Does it max at 10? I'm just curious.
No,
Just
I
on my thing.
I think
It's
the
just
house rule because it's um I don't want skills to like run away. Because I think it becomes really easy to just like blow up your skills that you have.
yeah.
So the way the game says it, and I'll appreciate anyone's opinion on this, but here's my thought. To raise a skill that you already have a point in, it just costs 5 points. So if it's going from like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 is just 5 experience points. My thought was to do 5 points per level. So going from 1 to 2 is 10 experience points.
Oh, okay.
2 to 3 is 15.
But there's no levels. I'm in the sheet. I don't see any levels. I think it's just you add to your stats, right?
Yes.
no, you add to the skill, not
Yes.
To the
stats.
skills. Yeah.
Let me know how you guys feel about that, and we can resend this house rule as we play too. Like if it's too restrictive.
I think it's
Um,
fine.
But to
think
learn
it's
a new
fine.
skill, you need to spend a day. This is why, because to learn a new skill, you need to spend a day learning it, or have a teacher, or something like that. So there's like caveats to it, but then to like, so to go from just to learn what the first point in the skill has restrictions, but to go from 1 to 5 is like, which seems kind of weird to me. So we're just gonna make it more expensive.
Is 4 the max or is 5 the max?
5.
5 is the max for
Yeah, you
Five
can, you can also
XP?
gain talents.
Oh, okay.
5
Are-
is the max on a score.
On the skill.
Yeah, you cannot raise your attributes.
Gotcha.
You can raise your
Okay.
skills and you can learn talents. That's it for experience. Okay, so let's go through the experience points. Everyone gets 1 for participating.
Okay.
Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? I'm gonna say Alistair sure did.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so.
Good question. I almost feel like my agenda is changing because it was career advancement.
And now you're kind of in like
Well,
existential crisis right now.
well, I have been like it's I would say it started last session. This session for sure. It's just like what the hell? Like this place is a dump. How in the hell am I going to bring this back? So. But
It's
I
an
would say
occupied dump.
I don't feel like I sacrificed anything this session. Just my whole identity.
I'm okay with you changing your.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, the agenda to me sounds like it's geared more towards like group survival.
Right.
You're being shunted into like a father.
Right.
But I would still give you a yes to this one.
Okay.
I think everyone's kind of risked. Did you risk your life for your buddy, PC?
Great question.
I don't think I made a buddy yet.
I think Gigi's your buddy.
Oh, are we buddies, Gigi?
Well, Alistair's my buddy.
Hmm.
Well, it can be one directional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's up to you if I'm your buddy, but
Uh,
I also kind of wonder if Spencer and Rick's relationship is changing.
I think it may be
it is a little.
like this session was a little different.
I
Yes.
was very proud of Rick today.
I would almost say the ending of last session where the two of you had like we got to get off.
Right. Right.
Kind of to me.
After you told me to stop fixing shit.
who's Alistair's buddy? Because he risked his life
Oh yeah,
for.
I'm gonna give him a third point for that for sure.
So Gigi is my buddy, but I don't feel like I risk my life for you. I mean, we're all
Actually,
kinda-
you know who I really think my buddy is probably gonna be? It's probably gonna be Doctor what's his face? Because I think
Simon
we made
Says.
we made a lot of headway that session. Him and I feel like we were pretty close just right off the bat.
Mhm.
So, did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC?
I think Rick and I are rivals, not buddies.
Yeah, well, from my side, but that may be changing given that Lachlan's a
Yeah.
schmuck now.
Oh, I stood
So-
up to you when I did.
Yeah, you did. I don't feel like I stood up to you. It wasn't that kind of relationship this time.
Yeah.
Not for Rick.
I wonder if we should change it to did you risk your life for somebody and did you stand up to somebody? Because the relationship seemed kind of fluid to me.
Well, definitely Rick did if it's somebody. Would it be the NPC or no?
No, I was talking about players.
For withy players. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
But that's coming up later, that moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still feel like I wasn't super aggressive one way or another with crew members, you know.
Did you make a panic roll?
I did.
I did not. I think Alistair did.
Did you? If you did, you get an. Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? I think we got to give this one to Rick.
Yeah.
Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
Wouldn't we all after hearing the?
Lachlan, you fired?
Yeah.
I got fired, yeah. My papa.
I mean,
He is next.
Papa?
Yeah,
What about
not
my
Gigi either,
pony?
because I think Gigi, you said you shielded that from Gigi, so she doesn't.
Oh, I didn't
Or
hear
huffing
that.
huffing things.
Yeah, you're too busy huffing.
well, yeah, I mean, I think it was coming across on a console, right? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't have known either then.
Text
Let
on
me
screen.
erase that. I'm gonna erase mine.
Okay.
It would
So
have
just
been
for
Rick.
just for
All
Rick.
right, well, you know what? That's interesting because then I don't think Rick would tell you guys because
Oh, look at the
he-
secrets.
well, I mean, he would be
Yes.
concerned that what's the effect of morale?
This devil.
Like,
Also, I wonder if Rick finding out that Lachlan was fired is sort of like the catalyst that'll change your agenda.
exactly.
Because also, I mean, I think you kind of said it yourself too, because you're like, I don't want to affect group morale, which I
Right.
think now tells us what Rick's new agenda really is. Care of the crew.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, it's at the end, it's being the leader. It's something along like that idea of becoming the leader that he thinks he can be, or something like that. I'd have to play with that, but I don't think it's career advancement. It's definitely now that like Lachlan is out, it's something like protecting or caring. I think you're right, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about that offline, but sorry. I mean, I'll toss it out to Miguel and Spence. They're like, do you guys feel like you need to know? Because I could definitely see where if I think about Rick as a character, I think he would hide it from you guys, not
No.
because he's trying to hide secrets, but because he'd be concerned. Like if you knew that we are out on an island in a dangerous situation by ourselves with, I don't know how the hell we're going to get back.
We don't have to share all the secrets. I think
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, good.
Do we have an agenda? Because I'm looking at the sheet and I'm like, I don't even see a place for it. So is the agenda only for like a specific kind of play or
It's for campaign play, yeah.
okay, that's
Cinematic,
weird.
I think you just get the secret. like
You get the
Secret things.
secret agendas.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it's like that for all.
I wonder why I'm missing it on the sheet then, because I don't see an agenda here.
Mine is near my relationships.
Yeah, it's on the regular character.
See it's under details. I see. Oh, personal agenda. I see
I
it.
love that character sheet.
Somewhere.
That's the one I think I'm using.
The little
This one.
clipboard looking one. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So we can change our
Oh,
agenda.
yours
you're
is
saying.
on a clipboard.
I don't know if it says you can change, but I'm okay with a character. I mean, characters
'Cause
change as a story.
I
goes.
added an agenda.
Because I got one when I created the character. I got
Okay.
like a kid agenda. Just like if you're
Mm,
bored,
yep.
go do some shit.
Yeah, my first
Right.
agenda was downtime matters, and then I think now my agenda is like get off the ship.
Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? I will point to Spencer's extraordinary laser cutting.
Yeah.
And Rick's
Shot.
Mexican standoff. Oh, or that too, yeah.
Didn't I
Yeah, sure.
get a point already for this standoff?
So do one for the shot then.
Yeah.
For the headshot.
Oh, the shot.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Rick had at least 2 moments.
This is Rick's scene. This was his act.
Okay, and now out of character, and remember I said it, like I need to think of some of the stuff aloud to like stay afloat with the campaign. I'm looking at Alistair, and I think I didn't want to like now that you guys have departed the ship, we've kind of lost our channel towards like having like an infinite stream of new characters, right? You
Yeah.
just take someone out of cryo. I guess you guys
Cultist.
could go back. But I think the story is telling me that's probably not an option at this point after your encounter with Valda. So my thoughts are for Alistair, either he's had his neck repaired, but I'm probably gonna inflict some sort of like
Permanent damage.
yeah,
Like he like loses some sort of physical attribute or something
I was
like
thinking
that.
like a permanent like -1 to rolls because his
Oh,
neck is just stiff, you know, and kind of like soldered.
That makes
together.
sense. That would make logical sense.
Yeah.
Well, does he want to keep playing his character? Because I mean, there could be other pockets of people in the station,
Right.
or maybe
that
even
dreamboat boy
dreamboat
outside could become a new
cultist.
character. Yeah.
Gigi would be like, all her oxygen would run out.
So I'll float that by Kevin, and that also kind of aligns with my opinion as a DM in general. I don't really like 0 hit points equal like instant death, but I do like 0 hit points means now you have a permanent complication
Sure.
or death. You know,
What
like
was the other game where if you get hurt, you get like a wound or something like that?
Mothership, right?
The night game. No,
Oh wow.
the night game we played the other time.
Bastion Land?
Mythic
Or
Bastion.
Yeah. Wasn't there like some? I remember seeing a table or something that said like
scars? Yeah.
scars, like battle scars or something like that. I don't know if this game has that, but just an idea.
By rights, I don't really mean to peel the curtain back that far, but Alistar should have died in that fight. I think that was but he did roll like 2 on his death save. I don't know. I'm interested in Kevin's thoughts on it. I kind of like the idea of Alistar coming back with a fused neck. I think it's
He looks
interesting.
like that guy from what's that TV show? You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I like Miguel's.
He talks like the.
I think it's like a
what is it?
reality show, but
it's a reality show.
He has no neck.
He
Like,
has no neck. He's like this the whole time. I'm not joking. It's very mean to talk about this man, but he literally looks like this. But he's a total piece of garbage.
Okay,
What is it? 90 Day Fiance. He's on
That's
that
right,
show. Just type it in. He'll be the first thing that pops up.
He looks like a potato.
Well,
you'll see it.
He does look like a potato.
I'll link up with Kevin and see what he thinks. You know, I'll leave it up to him. But one of the reasons I had Dreamboat be on the other side of the mezzanine was that like there's another character.
Just in case.
I had a lot of fun. And this has also been a long session.
When did you guys start?
I've been recording for 3 hours now.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a long session. Nice.
Um, that off.